Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You are here with Teray. I'm filling in for Amy's tonight. You are live here with me on the nightly exchange today, Friday, August 29, 2025. Can't believe the year is almost coming to an end. But it's always great to be alive. Praises to the Almighty God for his continuous blessing and sustenance. So we are here on another edition of the Nightly Exchange. We're going to be engaging in conversation pertaining our country, our beloved country, Liberia, and everything that's happening. Um, this is the country that we all love. This is a country that we care for, and by manifesting some of those cares, we come on here every night, at least every night, to give our spin, our perspective on issues that are unfolding. Um, and that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing that tonight, like we do every other night. And also invite you guys to join the platform, to join the show, um, share the show, invite somebody, ask somebody to tag along, ask somebody to come along. And let build community. Um, and build community and continue to move. Build community and continue to nurture that community. So that's what we're trying to do. Let me bring that Regina.
Yes, Reginald.
Regina, what's up, my man? How you doing?
I'm doing good. What about you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. Thanks for joining the show.
Thanks for having us. We
Abs-
appreciate it.
Absolutely, absolutely. So where are you joining us from?
I'm in the Washington, D.C. metro area in the U.S.,
Oh,
but on the
fantastic.
Virginia side. And where are you? Monrovia?
No, actually, I'm screaming live right now from Delaware County. That's Pennsylvania.
Okay, so
Uh,
I'm in Northern Virginia, close to D.C.
okay, okay. Well, welcome, welcome. Is this your first time on the nightly exchange?
Yeah, first time.
Oh, fantastic, fantastic. Well, great to have you. Let's have a conversation, shall we?
Yes, sure.
Absolutely. All right. So we are joined by our brother Reginald. He's gonna obviously join the conversation tonight and let pick his brain and know exactly what his interest is in this whole establishment or in this whole arrangement that we have now under the rescue mission. Um, and that's there where the conversation gonna be. So once again, man, for those of you in the YouTube space, those of you that are following us, please, you're commenting, keep us engaged, and obviously, we appreciate that you obviously not only just watching the show, but you also participate in the conversation by commenting and challenging us. Disagreeing with us. That's the beauty of the of of the democracy that we all enjoy. We read through your comments. Some obviously we like, some we don't like, but we still respect it. As long as keeping it civil and void of other bad words and stuff like that. But I get right into the conversation, man. Yeah, brother, just go ahead, brother. Regional, go ahead, introduce yourself to the audience, and then we're just gonna go through the conversation. All right?
Yeah, so I'm not too sure. I'm going to give you context. So I'm on this show because Sylvester Johnson kind of invited me to talk about Cara High School. And we should be three from Cara High School on the call. Sylvester, Rita, Sylvester, are you there? So probably this is 9 o'clock. So we're not talking politics. We're talking Carroll High School.
You know what?
Education.
You are absolutely right. You're absolutely right. You know, this program shall be hosted by my co-host Amy. She's definitely dealing with something right now, but she actually Sylvester, I reached out to her and have everything set up that way. So look, I mean, absolutely. I mean, for my body, I knew exactly that you guys are coming on, but it just kind of took me off a bed a little bit. But do you have your team ready? Are you guys
They should be in by 9 o'clock, so I think they have 2 minutes.
okay?
Let's give
Fantastic.
them two
Yeah.
minutes, and then we can kick off.
Okay, great. So basically, let's just go into it. So that probably tease our audience a little bit. So what are you guys like? What bringing you all on in Nightly Exchange tonight?
Let me ask a question first. Sylvester, are you there? Rita, are you there? Let's give them a minute.
Okay,
They
no
show
problem.
so you can continue talking, and then we can come in.
Absolutely. I just you know what I mean. So basically, we have. Is it appropriate to say alumni?
Alumni Association, exactly. But I will give you more
Alumni
context.
Association from where again? The school name?
We are from Yekepa, Liberia,
Okay.
Nimba County. That's where we went to school. But I'll give you more context on Carroll High and to
Okay.
your audience. But give us a minute. Let me
Okay,
make
no,
sure.
like I said, no problem. I just wanted to just put a little teaser out there, but it's
Yeah,
fine.
so Carroll
So
High, just to give you a context there, it was founded in 1969 by the Christian Brothers.
okay.
And for the express purpose of delivering high quality, affordable secondary education to underserved youth in Liberia.
Okay.
I will give you more context, but I just wanted those other
Well,
people to report. Okay, Sylvester, here
I'm
you are.
I'm bringing Uncle Sylvester on now.
Sylvester,
So
they've been asking to talk politics, but we all square out now. We've been waiting for you and Rita. So,
all right.
so
So
you, what's Rita? Is Rita on?
No, I sent her the link though. She's probably
Yeah.
busy.
If she's not on,
okay,
we just get going then. All right.
that's
Go ahead, sir.
absolutely awesome, man. It's great. You know, we here we almost like politics is almost like the key. But also love it because this platform primarily built to sort of like engage in different sectors. Not just politics, right? We try to go into education, and I'm pretty sure that's something that you guys gonna be talking about today.
Exactly.
I know you guys want to talk about your experiences going back, obviously, you know, speaking of some of these memories and and all that. So I mean, we love that. We love that conversation. At least a day can be to fostering, advancing education, opposed to just talking in politics that will never end anyway.
Yeah.
But once again, welcome, man. Welcome. Uncle Sylvester, what's happening?
Nothing much, man. Just the hustle, living the American dream.
Yeah, always looking for that dream, man. Hopefully that dream is realized soon.
Yeah, living a dream.
So
Yeah.
The dream. I'll
So,
send
so
you.
let's delve in. I think Sylvester and I are on the line, so it's fine. And Sylvester, we're just putting things in context, and I told them to wait for you a little bit since you were
Yeah,
here. So we can just kick off.
yeah. I'll send you the link. On an hour, Rita. I sent you the link. Did you see it in your WhatsApp?
Tell us just click on it.
Okay. Reggie is already on. Okay.
Okay. So Rita is the third person, and I want her on because the convention this year is in Minnesota, and she's chairing that. So I wanted her to be on because that's the core thing we wanted to
you
talk
know what?
about.
I respect that. I respect that. I respect directing. I mean, like obviously that is a professional thing to do. You
Thank
know,
you.
yeah.
Thank you.
Always I appreciate that.
Yeah, but while we wait, let's talk about you. I mean, you providing public service, and one thing I'm seeing, you reach about what 330,000 people
So,
politics,
Yeah,
strong
brother, I
engagement
sent
around the
something to
world.
your WhatsApp. Check it out.
So thanks so
Oh,
much
okay, great.
for the public service that
I sent
you are
something to your
doing,
WhatsApp.
keeping us
All right,
informed.
I'm
We
Sylvester.
appreciate
I'll
it.
check that real quick. No, absolutely. We have a let me bring. Oh man, so someone just on a request. I try to bring them on, but
Yeah,
they
I think it's Rita.
yeah. Um. So Uncle Sylvester. So what's gonna happen is I'm not gonna be able to process that because I'm only using one device right now.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. So hopefully Amy will be joining me in the middle of of this conversation. I'm just starting it up for. I'm just opening it up for her to come and just take it away. But I'll yeah, because I can't go back now to check the WhatsApp.
Okay.
Yeah. If not, I mean I can go check it, but what's gonna happen? I'm just gonna leave the two of you here on screen. I'll
That's
be
the flyer. It's the flyer that I sent to you for the programs and the activities and all of that. That's what I sent you. I sent it to Amy too. Amy has it in her WhatsApp.
all right,
So
great. Yeah.
But now let's kick up. We don't want to distract you. I think you should stay focused. And is Rita on? Sylvester, is she coming on? So we can just kick off?
yes, she said she was trying to log in. She was the one I was just speaking to.
Yeah. Oh, I think she should be on. Let me see. No, not yet. Not yet.
All right, so
Well,
let's just kick in. I mean, we're live, and as I said, the whole purpose here was to talk about education this time, not politics. And
absolutely.
we are members
How are you
of the
doing?
Claro High School Alumni Association in the diaspora, and we exist not just to meet in America and other parts of the world, but we exist to help people back home where we come from. So Car High was founded in 1969 by the Christian Brothers, a Catholic order. The neat thing about the establishment was explicitly to deliver high quality and affordable education to underserved youth in Liberia. For 10
Okay.
years, they did that very well. And in 1980, they moved to Yucaipa in the area where it became co-ed, boys
Mm,
and girls.
okay.
And Carha wasn't just known for education, but they were one of the best in the country, if not the world. They ranked 10 years in a row, first in the national exam. The school was known for music. Cottontown, LU, people from Carha established bands and musical excellence in those areas. So today, instead of us just sitting and thinking would happen, we are activating ourselves to not just meet and enjoy ourselves in America, but we have a duty to protect those legacy that were established back then, that built the foundation, that gave us the foundation to be where we are today. It's a special school, had a huge impact across Liberia and across the world. So on the line today, you have a representative of the executive committee of the Car High Alumni Association. Sylvester Johnson is the vice president of the organization. Rita Apollo, she chairs the association annual convention this year. And what we wanted to be promoting is that it's held in Minnesota, Minneapolis from September 12th to 14th. Uh, and the theme for this year is support a student, strengthen our legacy.
Mm.
With that context, we can engage in conversation. Sylvester, Rita, jump in.
Yeah, thank you, Reggie. Thanks for the great point. Carroll High School did a lot for most of us, and I think to Ray, you can relate. Some people were not born with silver spoon, in their mouth.
Right.
Uh, some of us parents could hardly afford, to barely once meal a day, and then to find school fees was difficult and what have you. But Carroll High School gave us some of us the opportunity, and I'm a living testimony. I benefited from the generosity of the of the Catholic brothers from 7th grade all the way to 12th grade. I didn't pay a dime, you know. And today I feel obligated to give back to the school that taught me how to read and write. I mean,
Mm.
have to have that confidence, to stand among people, to at least express myself, to go to school with such prestige, it was a challenge. And if you find yourself among people, great people today that you can name, came from Carroll High School, and I'm proud of them, and I'm proud to be a part of that. And what if they are not giving me the opportunity? So that's why when they decided to form the alumni association in the diaspora, I said, you know what, I gotta jump on. I gotta jump on, and not just jump on, but at least I have to be in leadership to make sure that I know I can contribute my quota to the school that made me who I am today. So that's why we are here today to showcase what we have put together and what is our intent and what we hope to achieve, and specifically with our convention coming up. And we have the chair person for the convention on here tonight, who will be talking about the convention. So uh, it's an opportunity being here tonight. And I also want to thank you guys for giving us your platform, to kind of come and express and see what we have planned. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate you guys for coming. And like I said from the beginning, the nightly exchange is known for politics and stuff like that, but that's not the goal. But for whatever reason, there where the interest lies in our contemporary Liberian society. We're trying to discourage that. We're trying to actually get into tech, trying to get into education, agriculture, issues that really confront, or at least confronting us. But apparently that's not where the interest is. But tonight we really want to say thank you guys for, for bringing yourself on this platform to discuss something of a high magnitude. So ladies and gentlemen, if you are just joining, we are live here on alumni of the Carroll High School. That's in Yeke Park, right?
Yeah, Yekipa, Limba County.
Exactly. So these are just a few alumni, and I know there are thousands of them out there, putting together, a support system that will then kind of like support the current student back home. And they're having a convention. Is it a convention or just a reunion? Is this
Call it a reunion.
a reunion? And the theme of this year's reunion in Minneapolis, that's Minnesota, support our student and strengthen our legacy. That's what this is all about. So let's go to Sis Rita. Sis Rita, what brought you guys on another exchange today?
Yeah, can you hear me? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so thanks. Like Sylvester said, thank you for having us today. And I live in Minnesota, and so we are hosting the reunion this year, and we're really excited about it. Like Reggie and Sylvester talked about, we had a great time growing up in Yekipa and going to Carroll High School, and it really provided us with opportunities. And now we can, say that we're having a great the future that we dreamed of. And so, like everyone in Liberia knows, we're still building from the war right now. So the school is struggling, but we have kids who are going to the school right now, and anything we can do to help rebuild, we're happy to do so. So in Minnesota, we'll be hosting the reunion from September 12th to the 14th. So we have a very packed weekend with lots of fun stuff. On Friday, the 12th, we'll have the meet and greet, like most reunion starts with. So all the people from out of town, and sometimes we live in the same city, but we don't see each other because we're so busy. So it's a great time to get together, talk about, reminisce about growing up, but also talk about how everybody's doing. and meet people we haven't seen for many years. So that'll be fun. And that'll be Friday. We'll start at 4 p.m. in the afternoon and go, into the night. And then the next day, we'll have a business session. So this is where we talk about membership, we talk about dues, we talk about, all the reports from the school and all of that, and what we're trying to do strategically. And that will happen Saturday morning from 9 a.m. until about noon. And then we, the Minnesota folks, will take people around. We have a trip planned for the Walker Art Sculpture Garden. So it's a great place, beautiful place to take all your selfies and take some memorable pictures. And then we'll walk across we have a walk over the roadways to downtown Minneapolis. So we'll do a little bit of sightseeing there. And then the really big event that we really want to invite all of our family, friends, well-wishers, fellow Liberians to come and help support us so we can support these kids. And we really want to strengthen our legacy as people who have been educated in Liberia, reaching back to help the other kids who are coming up today. So that will be the dinner and the ball. So the dinner and the ball, as you guys know, is like the highlight of every reunion. We'll have a great time. It starts at 6:30 p.m. and it will go into the night. We'll be at the Coon Rapids Civic Center in Coon Rapids. It's a great site. We have a lot of really great things planned for the evening, so we're inviting everyone to come and join us. And we'll also do a fundraiser. One of the things we're trying to do is really raise funds to provide scholarships to students. So that we'll be doing. So when, come have a great time, good food, good beverages, but also come with your purse and your wallets and help us out. And then finally on Sunday, we have a cookout. So the cookout is like a thank you, everybody who joined us throughout the time. Join us, come and have some really good barbecue. It's Minnesota, it's getting cool. We had a really hot summer. So come and cool off in Minnesota and we'll have something to warm you up if, the weather gets a little cooler, but it's going to be a really great time for a good cause. So we really want to, invite everyone who can to join us and make this happen.
Wow. I mean, that's talking about a noble cause, a noble, intervention. This is awesome. This is a conversation that we should be having all the time. Giving back to an institution like I've given you guys so much, right? That's the whole essence, of doing this. It's not for you to be comfortable. Obviously, you feel indebted, right? Because that there were people that put their money together to build an institution that some of you benefited from. And now that you're in position to give back, I think that's the whole essence of this. And I really, really want to say thank you very much for bringing this conversation to the Nightly Exchange. So who idea was this? Because especially in America, everybody busy in their little corner, people just hustling on their own to make that. But someone have sat down to really think about it and say, look, there's a need. I look across, I see, like Carroll High School alumni all over the states. How can I bring these people together? So what the brain behind this? That thing I want to know. Yeah. So who brought the whole thing together? Who the engineer that sat and said, you know what? It's time for us to give back.
Well, the association has been around for 20 years or so now.
Okay.
We've been meeting since then. And I think you put it right. People invested for us to enjoy what we enjoy. I think that's how you said it.
Exactly, yes.
We just felt an obligation. So it's not no one person. It's just the body that agreed to get together and meet. And one thing to note is not only here in America. They have a branch of the association in Liberia.
Mm.
Uh, uh, 2 months ago, they traveled from Monrovia to Yekipa with chalkboards, sent picture of them sticking it up on the board, meeting with students, people traveling from here back to Yekipa. Emmanuel just went, the president, Alinka, the treasurer. So it's just everybody feeling that need and that obligation and that affinity, with the area. And as you rightly put it, to make it better, for people that are there today that are disadvantaged. It's everybody.
Yeah, and just to chip in, Reggie, just to add on to what Reggie said, behind every idea or behind every successful story, there's someone who always inspire people. And may her soul rest in peace. I will give it to Madame Fodesi. That lady always was challenging us. Listen, guys, you guys got a lot from Karoha. You can't forget Karoha. We'll have, every association will have disagreement and arguments, and some people will step back and this, that, but she was always there to encourage us. Guys, don't let any disagreement separate you guys.
Mm.
Have a worthy cause, and she did well to keep motivating us until we saw the reason, to keep pressing on until we are where we are today. So it's a collective effort. Everybody contributed one way or the other. So may her soul rest in peace. I will give her half.
Amen. Rita, you want to have a spin on that?
Yeah, I think when you are growing up and you don't really think about organizations and how it works, who makes it possible. Yes, we pay school fees, but what we got was more than the school fees that we put in. And so, as you get older and you start to work and you start to see how the world actually works, I think
Right.
these things make a little more sense to you, in terms of, someone has to pay the teachers, someone has to, the parents have to have a job to support the students have to, those how all of these things kind of come together. And we know that, again, because of the war, there was a lot of disruptions with how things work right now in the country. And so things are definitely not back where it was, but we continue to we know that we were blessed to have the background and the education that we had. So we just want to, like you say, give back. They say, when you have reached a certain place in your life, you definitely want to help out, want to help other people. And that school has a special place in our hearts. So, it's easy to kind of bring people together to try to do something about it.
Oh, absolutely. So let welcome our host. Our filling for Amy. Amy, welcome. So let me just ask this question and just turn over to Amy. So
no, you're not. You're staying right there.
So I want.
Hey, everyone.
Hi, man. How are you?
Yeah, thank you for coming. And I'm sorry I'm late.
Thanks for having us. Toure has been doing an excellent job in moving things forward.
I appreciate that. At
least exactly.
That was cool. How my school card. I appreciate that, Reginald. So look, it's with all this making sense now, right? I was just thinking the last time. I think I said, but we were refugees in the refugee camps and in the refugee school systems, right? And now there are a lot of trouble happening in the world right now. And I'm getting email from Save the Children, UNICEF, for $10, $15. So now I'm thinking, I said, so this is how the people are funding us. And these contributions, it coming from like people that really don't have, right? But those $5, $10, $15, when you tap them in, they really, really make so much difference. So So yeah, man, I appreciate this. This is just an hour, like an hour awakening, kind of experience for me. Maybe I should definitely get into getting my own association together to really, to start doing something like this. But this is great. So so you guys gonna go.
And we're waiting for your contribution too.
Oh, absolutely. Over semester, I love things. These are stuff that I already put my money in, right? So I'm definitely gonna contribute to it. So, yeah, absolutely. So now, you guys are heading to Minneapolis. What are you guys most looking forward to? I mean, I know meeting classmates, which there's a potential that you might meet somebody that you really are in fourth grade with. I mean, how that gonna look like? What are you guys actually looking forward to?
So under the banner, sponsor a child and foster the legacy of the school. One of the program we have is a goal to provide scholarship to at least 90 students. It costs $150 per student to go to Cara High School today. And as Sylvester said, when we were there, and one of the mission of the school was to make sure that people who were underprivileged had the best education. So there was funding. So this ties to the point you were making about Save the Children. One of the ways we are executing that, we know they're community leaders, so we wrote letters, running a campaign, for people to sponsor 1, 2, 3, or 4 students. And so far, that is kind of ramping up. And when we get at the convention, in addition to everything else that Rita said, we will have a fundraising campaign. And the goal is to raise capital to fund at least 90 students.
Sure.
And so you asked about Minnesota. Yes, we are really, when we get together, we have a grand time. I don't know if you heard anything about Lamco Yekipa, but it was a special place. And growing up was a special time. And we have never experienced anything even after leaving there. So we always love to get together and talk about that. But besides that, we all know Minnesota. I mean, Minnesota, you guys have heard about what it's like when we get down in Minnesota. So it's gonna exactly. It's gonna, people are looking forward to coming, and we always give people a really good time. The Minnesota people, they have a special way of, putting things down and, putting it down and having a great time. So I think it's in our, I don't know, maybe it's in the weather, the air, or something, but anybody that comes to Minnesota has a great time. So that's what we're here looking to give to all of our friends, family, and well-wishers. When they come here, we're going to make sure they have a great time, that they have a memorable time, but also that they feel really good about helping out, reaching back, helping those kids to make sure that they get an education as well. So we're going to do all together.
Yeah, and also we're gonna be looking forward to, like we have great people like Reggie, like Rita. Sometimes I sit back and think and say, well, how did Reggie do it back then? Like he's a great guy. Like today, the first time I met him last year in a PA convention, the first thing I brought was, Reggie, how did you go about with that basketball court project? Because he was spearheading that, and it takes special talent and special motivation and innovation to be able to do it. And if you have access to such person, that's a great tool for you. You know what I'm saying? Now we are all grown up. We have families and Thomas Kuma said he attended Cara High School in 2001. Okay, great. See you in Minnesota. Contribute to a great cause.
He's in Liberia.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so that's why people like Reggie, they have resources to us that we can tap into. People like Rita, You know, back then, I sat by in Maha. She was a guru and a genius of the microphone. You know, I know she can sit back sometimes in retrospect and say, "Oh my God," you know, all of those things. We have fun. We have great time. So when we meet together as adults, we bring back those memories. So it's a great time. We're looking forward to. You know, yeah.
We're gonna have these boards with pictures. We're gonna have people submit pictures from our school days. So we're gonna be laughing and looking at those pictures, looking at those, you know, little people that now become adults. So we might have a, you know, a video of people, you know, talking about growing up, going to Carroll High, those kind of things. So we really try to bring about that, you know, the memory and remind people of what things were like when we were growing up. It was a great time. It was a great time. So it's easy to want to get together and talk about it.
Absolutely. Amy?
Well, I'm just coming. I don't want to read a song that I've already been sung, but I'll just ask. I know a lot of people like to give to these cause, you know, giving back to our country and everything, but most of them are kind of like weary because they feel like whatever they give their money is not being used for the cause, and they have that, you know, laid back mentality and spirit. Now, what would you say to them that make your organization stand out, that whenever they contribute or whatever they do to give you, would, you know, it would be used for that? Because a lot of Liberians here today, when you take, even when you do a GoFundMe, like for the right cause, because they have been scammed so many times. So they have that, oh yeah, they just take people money and eat it, or not do that, or not do that, you know. So to make them to feel that, and it's not everyone, you know, it's just few people that do that, and it just rub on everybody now. Even when you come with the right thing, people think you're trying to scam them. People think you're trying to do this and do that. So what would you guys say to people like that, those kind of mindset now about helping out in our community and places like you grew up? I wish I was there. I heard a lot about it, but never experienced it anyway in our time too, right? So yeah, when I'm hearing about it, I'm saying here like kind of reminiscing with you guys, like I was there, right? Because I want to see something like that happening in Liberia today. We had never, when I say we, and I think Ture would agree with me, we had the days you guys have and reminisce about, we never seen that in Liberia. We open our eyes with our parents running around with us with, you know, shootings and stuff like that. So I love to hear these stories and I really love to get to it. But a lot of people, like I said, feel that way too, but they have that something. So please make them to feel comfortable. What would you say to them, like to give in this cause like this?
You want me to step in, Rita, or are you stepping in?
Reggie,
Yeah.
Yes, go ahead, Reggie.
I think,
'Cause-
establishing a culture of accountability on the grounds is important. So one of the first things we did with Cara High, we put together a strategic plan that clearly spoke to them, the teachers, the students, and everyone on the ground, to truly understand the needs for teacher salary, scholarship, sanitation. So we kind of articulated all that clearly, right? And when we pick a project, for example, one of the present project was $2,000 to help students prepare for the national exams. So we clearly stipulated how the money should be used. Send the money to the appropriate people. One thing that was kind of heartening to me and very encouraging, these people sent us back report, you know, for how the money was used, receipts, and the outcome that we wanted to have, right? So that was special. So to answer your question there, I think you can don't just send money, say, oh, I'm sending it for the school, but what is it going to be used for? How do we establish system of accountability? How is it going to be reported on? Those are all important to make sure the money reach the right people and have the impact that it was intended to have.
Right.
And Amy, I think before you join us, Reggie, we also have an association on the ground So there are people who graduated from the school. There's an actual association within Liberia that we work with closely, and they are in constant contact with the school. So, and one of the things I'm glad you brought up, the fact that we all sort of grew up at a different time. So Carroll High School is special because, and I think I'll just I'll just be honest. First of all, it was a mining company. Our parents, we all live in a place where our parents were paid well. The company, provided resources to the entire community, whether you work for them or not. So we had some really great foundation. And I think we grew up with a sense that we had everything that we needed, right? I feel like, I mean, most people, there are people who probably didn't have it, but most people had what they needed, not what they wanted, but what they needed, right? So people didn't go to bed hungry, but also we grew up, there was a culture in the school. I remember the principal that we had, the one thing he talked to us about constantly and ingrained in us was this idea of integrity. You have to be a person of integrity. And it's funny how we go to school and we learn these things and we hear these things, and sometimes we don't think much of it, but it really does make a difference. And I think when we work together, when we come together as a body, that culture comes right back. We are people of integrity. We are people of accountability. This is who we were, right? These are the people we were built to be. And so because of that, that's the expectations when we get together. And that expectation is here, is on the ground, it's everyone who was connected to that school. And so we're blessed in that way. We really are blessed in that way because we hold each other accountable, and we know that integrity is king when it comes to the culture that we practice.
Yeah. Okay. Just to add on to what you said, every organization comes with some mistakes and some learning experience and what I feel. When we first started this association, we were people money were going to people private accounts, you know what I'm saying, and people. So at this time we said no, we're gonna have our own account in the name of the association. Everything gonna be in the name because if it's in people private, someone will just get mad and walk away. Then you people start afresh again. What have you? So it is very transparent, and we have our website, that you can go onto, and you will see everything that is done. We post picture there of how your money is spent, so you will see the accountability there because we don't want to be one of those associations that just collect money and go have a big time on convention or reunion or what you may term it and come and sit back, and then the school is not properly taken care of. So we not 100% perfect, but I can assure you we account for every cent that is given to us to be used for the intended purpose.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yes, accountability, transparency, comes handy, right? I feel like a lot of time we blame people back home for not being accountable, but we that sending the resources too, we're not holding ourselves accountable by holding them accountable. I think that is. I mean, it might seem kind of strange, but I really do believe if whatever energy you're giving people, they will definitely reciprocate that energy.
Right.
If that you are passionate about what you're doing, and you are obviously showing that with all intentionality and stuff like that, they will definitely follow that. They will definitely be like, nah, this guy, he demands that we be accountable and do not mess with that. But let me just draw in people that are just tuning in, people that are just joining the show. If you are just joining us, we are live here on the Nightly Exchange on this beautiful Friday evening, August 29th, 2025. with alumni of Cairo High School located in Yekepa, Nimba County. They're having a reunion this year, and that reunion will be staged in Minneapolis, that's Minnesota, and the theme surrounding this year's reunion is support our student and strengthen our legacy. That's what they're talking about. So they're not only supporting the students that are currently, attending Cara High, but they are also doing that through that process of strengthening their own legacy that they left behind. I mean, and you cannot get it any better than that. I feel like the goal is to always leave an area better than you met it, right? Even if you can't get it to that standard, but just keep pushing to ensuring that the experience that you had, the students that are there today can actually experience that. So that's a conversation we are having here. Amy, back to you.
So this is not about a class, a specific class, right? This is if you went to Cairo High or whatever. It's not a specific year or class or whatever.
So
Yes.
Everyone who went to Cairo High.
Yes.
Exactly. So we kind of give the context. Cairo was established in 1969.
Oh,
wow. The first 10 years were all boys school. The second 10 years, 1980s, was boys and girls. And then you have people that went there during the war and after the war.
Did you know about that, Touré?
Say that again?
No, I was talking to Touré. I said, what do you know about 1980s? But no, it's fun. It's fun. So everyone, please, Liberians, I know. We always want to support our country. We're looking for places to support. Your $5, your $10, it all counts, right? Places like this, you don't have to, one person, you say, oh, my money is too small to make a difference. But these are the kind of things, this like things like this, you can make a difference in stuff like this. Your $10, your $5, your $15, your $20, everything counts. Putting it together to support somebody, a child or students who don't have it, that is a big deal. And your reward will be waiting for you in heaven. I don't know if you believe in heaven, but whatever you believe in, your reward will be there waiting for you. And this is the kind of cause that we want to, we stay here all the time. Oh, this is not happening. Student don't have this. Student don't have that. The government cannot do everything, right? People like these, alumni that come from those schools, that come from those villages, those counties, those towns, they come up with things like this. And you yourself, you contribute. Whether you're from there or not, but all in all is Liberia.
Yeah.
That's the whole idea you should take from it. It's all Liberia. It's not just, I'm not from Nimakande, or I know I went to Kara, or I'm not a Nimayan, or I'm not a Yekepa's beneficiary, whatever the case may be. But it's about Liberian children, Liberian
yes.
That's what it's about.
And the future of our country, right? Because those students are the future of our country. And it's a great role modeling for them as well. So if someone did it for you, there's a good chance, like Touré said, thinking about what happened for them in the refugee camps. That's who does these things. Just regular people thinking, I can do something little because every little bit helps and every little bit counts. So this is kind of what we're trying to do for our country. One school at a time, one community at a time, and this happens to be the time for Cairo High. So we hope you will join us in this effort and help us to help the kids going with education. And I don't know if it's possible for us to get like a link.
That's what I was about to ask you, like a link or cash
app. Cash app, whatever you get, we can't.
Is it possible to
put a link? Guys, please share the show. And any one of you who are watching today, and people who will come after that, they will see the show and they'll see the link, and they want to help out, they'll do that. So that'll be fine.
Yeah, well, I really appreciate that.
But Touré and Amy, you've been raised an important point. I think, Amy, you just talked about, government cannot do things for everyone. And then Turo was talking about the Save the Children. And yes, it's Cara High today, but there should be a model where everybody, Turo, you already said it, you're going to have your school reunion. We challenge you and everyone to do something for the school, and with all of us, it can have this mentality that we must give back. Then the country is going to be better. We're not relying on the government to do everything.
Absolutely.
But as you said, Ture, the $5, they Save the Children have taught us how to do it. So let's go ahead and do it in every community, in every school, not just car, and then make the country better.
And to get pushed out further, right? I mean, I went to a university, got there, and I get this new letter like literally every month, right?
Yeah.
And the university is asking me for $200, $150. You know, and it's funny because when I went to that school, my parents would not have thought about me like all the textbooks. Like these textbooks were expensive. And somewhere, somehow, they have some department in school there.
Scholarship and stuff.
You go there and they will give you all what you need for a semester. And I sit back and say, oh, so I think there were no funds that people are asking for that they pay the money they can need going. You know, for a student like me, you know. So I mean, and I'm telling you, this is why the people institutions in the country and so on. So imagine all the high schools in Liberia. If you look at it, almost thousands, that institution have graduated thousands, if not tens of thousands. If those individuals would just reach back every year with $25, $10, those institutions will actually go through without even government interference or government intervention. So I think there's a model that we all should be pushing across the board. That every alumni try to start actually like reaching back to their school, donating basketball for someone that are engaged in sport. All the basketball equipment and jersey that used to come. That people used to put money together, fight out in, right? And make that possible. You know, and all the PayPal that we were in refugee school, we used to have a program where PayPal, you know, someone work in Canada will be a correspondent. I get sending you $50 every month. You know, so all the things are making sense now that we're having a conversation. So it's just sending my money so many places right now. So this is great.
Ture, and you couldn't have said it better. You have the platform.
Reggie, just 1 minute. Someone just asked a question. Can you please respond to her? You read it.
She wants the update. I think she's checking me.
She lives in Minnesota, I think.
Yeah, so this is Carroll High School reunion that we're talking about in Minnesota. This is going to happen September 12th to the 14th. So Friday through Sunday. Friday, there will be a meet and greet. Saturday, we'll have a meeting of members, alumni, to talk about just business stuff. And then the highlight of the reunion is our dinner and ball, which will be Saturday night at the Coon Rapids Civic Center in Coon Rapids, Minnesota. And we'll start at 6 p.m. Into the night. It's going to be a great time of great food, beverages, dancing, keynotes, and then we're going to have a fundraiser to pretty much raise funds to give kids in Carroll High, going to Carroll High, sponsorships so that they can get an education. So, and then on Sunday, we'll wrap things up with a cookout. Again, good food and with friends, family, well wishers, just to kind of wrap up the weekend. So we're inviting everyone to join us, whether or not you went to Carroll High School. Again, we're really looking to raise funds to send kids to school in Liberia as Liberia rebuilds. So help us out. Every little bit counts. I think we're gonna have a link here somewhere soon. You can click on that and make a donation. And there are also contact information on there. You can contact
Cash
us if
App
you
and
need
Zelle info.
more
Send that link
information.
to Ture. Let him put
Send
that
the
up.
Cash App and the Zelle info. Let me send it to Ture, and then he can just pin it down there, and people can make whatever contribution.
Absolutely.
Yeah, guys. So
Just have
welcome to Momo. So yeah, you heard what she said, and you don't have to get up and get $5,000. Oh, by all means, if you can afford it, please do. But imagine how many of us are in the United States, right? All the Liberians. If all of you can just chip in $5, $10, that's a lot of money to put together. You know, you know, when you want to do it by yourself, like I said before, your $5 will not even the mobile money with that's the fee right there. It won't do anything, right? So
Make it 20 or 25 because that's kind of how much we're paying for meals
Yeah.
nowadays.
So exactly. So you have like a collective effort right here. Like
Yeah.
thousands of people. If everybody can even get the amount of people that in like in America, all Liberians, if you can even get dollar, that's a lot of money. Then $5, $10, you know, if you can afford it, like I said, 500, whatever, however amount you can afford, please do. Let's support these and
Yeah, if you guys can provide me the Cash App and the Zelle, I can definitely pin that on Nvidia. And just for the sake of you know, a national kind of call to duty. This should not be limited to those that just went to Cara High School. You know, like if you're a Liberian out there and this is something that you're passionate about, please tap into their blessings, you know, contribute, send something that is going towards really, really you know, a cause that have a, you know, like a real impact, if you will. Children are struggling. I mean, those schools are not like the way we were used to taking, you know, classes. I mean, the experiences are just awful. Teachers need support, students need support, parents need support. I mean, back in the days, it never used to be like that. You know what I mean? But now it's like, you know, so I mean, that money will go a long way. And I'm just asking anybody on this platform tonight.
And God will bless you.
Those that are going to watch this show, because I know it's going to be on there until you know what. But please, thanks sending your donation. The Cash App number will be posted, and just go ahead and just send me whatever you can.
Hey, Momo, welcome.
Momo, welcome, my man. What's up? What do you?
Yeah, man.
And Momo is one of our panelists here, actually, guys. So he's.
Oh, yeah. Hey, how are you guys? Nice to see all of you. I was listening to the show, and you know, it has something to do with education, and I'm passionate about education, especially in Liberia. So I had to come on. You know, I should be on all the time, but sometimes, you know, due to, you know, our busy schedule, sometimes we're not here. But, you know, thanks to all of you for the effort, the initiative that you guys have taken. I know it's your school, and you're trying to create awareness and, you know, to help, you know, develop the school, support the school. You know, when it's about school, it's all hands on deck. You know, we are all educators, we are all Liberians, and I think, you know, once a Liberian is doing such great initiative, we all must somehow in our own way charming to help that girl, that little girl, that little boy whose parent don't have the means to send them to school. You know, through such effort, I believe that child will have the opportunity to get education and to be able to, you know, face the challenges that lie ahead of them, you know, in the future. So, you know, part of some, there are other innovative ways, you know, some of us, I mean, yeah, the Cash App and whatever, we will contribute and we will post it on our page, you know, if it is provided, and other people who know us, who we're connected to, might be, I mean, and Ture said something that sort of caught my attention. That, you know, I know it's about your school, but invite others, you know, to be a part of the process, right? Because what I can suggest too also is that in your own ways that you could also use the school, create like a non-for-profit, something that is geared towards helping students who are in need but don't have the money, that you could write some project proposal out, send it to organization in Liberia, that can be able to give some funding for needy students who are desperately in need of, they want to go to school, but they don't have, the parents they are probably not alive, or they are living with foster parents, or that you guys will see the need to help. That way, such program or such proposal to NGOs could also help bring funding in. It could be done through personal donation, but it could be done through a nonprofit that you guys could set up and use that, to write proposal for that targeted towards helping the school overhead costs for teachers, because sometimes it's the little amount that these kids will pay for school fee is not enough to run the school. So setting up a non-for-profit, those that have money will definitely pay, but the school will also be identifying kids that don't have it, and then the funding that will come in would be focused on those kids, giving them what they need to be in school, right? Maybe feeding program might be a means of bringing kids to school, because when after the war, one of the things that got after the war, a lot of people were not interested in going back to school. One of the things that really brought people back to school, 1992, 91, 92, was the feeding program that were instituted in all schools. Even if you didn't like school, you can't eat. So once you come to school, that draws you to school. And if you had no interest, over time you begin to develop interest, in going to school, sitting in the classroom. So all of these things, if you form a nonprofit, you could ask for feeding for the kids to keep the kids in school, because many kids in Liberia don't have it to eat. You cannot learn on an empty stomach. So I would urge you guys to, as a means of getting funds and stuff, to set up a nonprofit, and talk to people out there, read some project proposal to organizations that will be able to help you guys bring funding to, as a way to help hire teachers, provide books, stationaries, for students, and maybe feeding for students. So however way that we could help, will be, we'll be around to see how best we can give our ideas, to bring funding in. That's what I have to say.
Thank you, Momo. Appreciate those suggestions. And Momo, my man, when you're talking about those food, man, and yet to my whole mouth that burger we and split beans, my man. And man,
Yes.
brought people to school, my man.
Those things brought a lot of people to school. Had they not put those institute feeding program, many people, the schools are going to be empty. The classrooms are going to be empty. But many schools were packed after the war. That single strategy drew a lot of people who were disinterested, who were not interested in going to school, brought them to the classroom, and they begin to develop interest. It brought their eyes to
So there you have it, guys. You see someone that fool you of me.
Well,
You see not about fufu and soup, but it's okay. You'll see it when you get there. Don't worry about it.
That's what we used to do. You hear that song in the background, Ipi Tompi? We were noted for that. Yeah.
That is so. It sounds lovely. Well, I'll tell you, during our days, we used to be, I don't want to go there, but we running from here and there. So we don't know. So we love to hear these stories about our good old mama Liberia. And I'm always interested and I love to see people, trying to give back. And like Therese said earlier, and I know a lot of times when we go into school, and if the kids don't have the school fees, they had to put you in front of the whole class and kick you out, right? So doing stuff like this will keep a child, a student in school instead of them going. And we all can think about this, like a school at a time. At a time, and something like this. And as Cara High I never heard the name before, by the way, Brittany. As they come out and do something, and we all contribute, and another school come up, like Teresa, when we was in college here, we sometimes like books. It'll be like, oh, okay, you got $500 for this guy, go and apply for it. Do this and do that. I think that should be something we should take back home to do for our schools instead of kids, being kicked out or somebody calling, oh, please help me with my WASC fee. Please help me with this. Those are, really good ideas that, we benefit from it. Why can't we have other kids do the same?
And just to add to what you just said, right? I think a lot of people, a lot of Liberians are now fixated more on for-profit school rather than. You can start your own school as for profit, but in the end, you can transition to, a school that is not for profit based on the needs. This on what you see in the area that you establish your school, right? That is a lot of parents coming to you begging for tuition. Don't put my kids. I don't have money. I'm not working and stuff. You do a survey of the amount of teachers that come to you. Amount of students, parents that come to you, and this and that. You can sort of change, the operation from for profit to non for profit. That way, you establish an organization where you can write other organizations to come in to help, because most organizations would like to help, but if you're for profit, they sort of look at it, So you say what?
No, I was asking Ture if you got that info that was in the chat to put it up.
So yeah.
No,
I'll urge a lot of, because I know the goal is to keep the school afloat and to encourage to keep a lot of young girls and young boys in school so that they don't become idle and get involved with drugs and all of that. That is the reason why you see some of us are interested in these kind of discussions, because it helps take kids out of the street, bring them to school. In that way, we don't have a lot of our youth, going and getting themselves involved with drugs and all of that, And so, I know Cara High School. I've heard this because I graduated, except for Ture and Emmy, I graduated from high school in Liberia. I graduated from the College of West Africa, 98-99, the class of 98-99. So I know what it meant after the war when we came back to town to go to school. I knew how it was. The feeding program was there. It was not easy on our parents. Most of us were depending on that food. So usually they kept that food at the end of the school day, so nobody would skip class. Because if they feed everybody before, everybody would eat, and the people who are not interested in school will leave. But they kept it to the end. So it kept everyone in class. Though sometimes in the morning we will eat. They have breakfast. The cocodolos. They will make it out of bread. They will do it some kind of way. If people remember, they will fry it and make a little bread. We'll eat and go to school. No, people are forgetting those days. Those days kept the strategy used back then kept a lot of kids. And the graduation rate, you would never see the failure rate at the time. It was during Taylor time, whatever, during the interim government of national unit, IGNU time. There were good people you can't learn on empty stomach. No matter how much you give to a child, you put them on scholarship, if you don't provide that feeding for them, it's a whole process.
Absolutely. It's
just not one thing. Okay, all right, I'll pay a child school fee. What if the parent don't have the money to put lunch in the kid, to get their kid lunch bag? You know what it means for a kid to go to school, watching those other kids whose parents have money to fill up their kids' lunch bag with good food, and and another child there staring at that child eating for lunch. Do you know what that means? So it's important that they bring that feeding program back. Whether they can read or WHO or the World Food Program to help us in that direction. The government could do it, or schools could write project proposal for feeding program to be in the school. The enrollment will increase. It's going to be an enormous enrollment in your school. Any school in Liberia that makes feeding program, morning breakfast and lunch for students that will be enrolled in school full time, you will see your enrollment, and then plus the passing rate will increase because students tend to take in more when their stomach are full, and they will take in, they will understand the instruction, and they will take it in well, and then if they go to take an exam, you will see how well they'll do in those exams. So the little things that we're not paying attention to, those things can help. So yeah, so that's my take on it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
Check your WhatsApp.
I just got it. I got on to Sylvester. I'm about to post it.
So I think somebody want to call in. Want to carry high for alumni want to call in too. So yeah. So you can go ahead and call, and watch we put that information up and make it. Yep. So do it, y'all. Support. So hello. Say your name and tell us where you're calling from.
Yes, Emmy and the rest of the team. My name is Thomas Kume, and I call it from Liberia. I just got a question for the team. Let me first say thanks to the team for coming on and putting this dream together. It's a wonderful thing to have people who pass through the walls of Carol High and coming back together to see how best they can give back to humanity, give back to the school that brought you up. We all were in Carol High. Like I said, I was in Carol High, and we made a lot of good friends. So I was just asking if those names that I called, like one of the famous person, maybe you might know, he's in the States. That's John Y. Flomo. He's an auditor right now. He writes his own book. He's doing well. I think this is somewhere in the States. And the other lady who asked a question, that's Patient Codier. She's a wonderful person. We also had one of the guys who just participated in his gold Nima election. That's Tapo Mamia. When I was there, his father was a principal. So I don't know whether you have them in your chat room. They're all in the States and back home. So yeah, it would be a wonderful thing. In Liberia, one of my classmates back in the days also told me about the organization, the association rather, but I never had the time to be entered in the chat room. So we can see how best to mobilize most of our friends. You might not know all, like you said, 1969. Up to now, there are so many years you will not know everybody. So one connection will bring another connection. But my question to the team, I want to know, who are you as per the association, your position, and back home, like in the days of Karaha when you were there, what people can remember you for? Because sometimes you say it on the air and the smile say, oh, but this guy myself was in school together. I remember this face. I remember the person. So I just want to know, who are you as under the umbrella of the association, and what can you say about yourself when you're in school? Thank you.
Thank you, Thomas. I bring people with that position. They were the vice chair for Moonlight Station for Student FM.
Reggie, they're asking you.
What
is your position
I
in the association?
I graduated from Carl High in 1988, went to Cottontown and was at Cottontown when the war started in 1990. Currently in the States, I'm a CPA and an engineer. Carroll High, as a senior, for me personally, one of the things that I remember for is building seats around the basketball court. Imagine an 18, 17-year-old that was able to lobby for funds to build seats. I love my classmates. They are all as the people of integrity, accountability. So we all here, I remember for being people of accountability. Kuma, I really, really appreciate you coming on the call, well-spoken. And you're trying to help to connect us with other people like Flomo. I think
Yeah,
Sylvester,
just the show.
Sylvester, you should connect with Flomo, bring him onto our network, right? And Sylvester, you have a lot to say. It's just my experience. I think the question is for all three of us. So Sylvester, Rita, you can chime in.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to say thank you to him for taking the time to call in and listen in today, and also in advance of letting his other colleagues know that this is going on. So thank you so much for that. Also, Reggie was known as one of the smartest kids in school.
Were you all in the same class?
No, I was one class behind Reggie. My class, we graduated 1989, and we were the last normal day graduating class of Carroll High. So
Congratulations.
So yeah, I don't know what I was known for. I play basketball. I think a lot of people knew I play
Go for
basketball.
singing.
I also sang. The school, we did a lot of arts, music. We had a music program, and we would do theater. One of the with the Flyers, we actually did the show. Ibi Tumbi is from South Africa. We had a brother, Brother Ross, who was from South Africa. Oh, I think he grew up there or something. And so he brought the play to the school, and before us, Carroll High had always done plays. And so I was in the Ibi Tumbi play, and I was the wedding lady, but it was fun. So lots of great memories there. So Sylvester.
Yeah, like Rita said, their class was the most fortunate class. Our class was 1990, but we did not graduate until Sandy Credit was captured and we had to leave. And some people went back to graduate, but some of us did not return or stay. I still consider myself as an alumni of Carroll High School, no matter what. Like she said, Reggie was one of the big brothers in Carroll High that we look up to because he was always, serious and serious minded. He meant business, and so there's always someone you look forward to, look up to, and they paved the way, And when I was there in my senior year, which was 1989, I was the assistant minister of information. Then 1990, I took
There you
over
go. That's the title.
as minister of information. And then one of the things in Carroll High was it was a challenging environment. Yeah, there was no play. Everybody challenged. We all sometimes we studying, we hiding from one another because I don't want you to study while I was studying, right? Because if the competition was so high that everybody wanted to hit high. But
Yeah.
we were good, it was good,
And we also had they would put up on the board the top people in the class, so the people with the top grades, and so everybody wanted to be on that list, right? So I can't say I was on the top, but I was always on
that list.
on the list.
But
I think one year I was vice president of the school. I don't remember a whole lot about all of those but I remember, the competitiveness, and just everybody wanting to be their best. And that was the environment, that was the culture.
It's a good
And
competition. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a competition. Let me just share one story with you. It 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 was a sad moment, but it was also a moment that taught me something. In the 11th grade, I was actually given NTR, never to
The
return.
blood of Jesus.
Papu?
I'm telling you, never to return, because our class was so stubborn. But like I tell people, don't be a troublemaker and be dull. You know,
Yeah.
Double negative.
Yeah.
you know. So when
Yeah.
when I was giving that letter by the principal and I left, all my classmates were sad, and even the teachers were sad. So
Oh.
they went on my behalf to apologize for me to come back, and then I returned. So I can say I can't remember who was giving NTR to come back, but I came back, and I came back strong. You know.
So you were stubborn, but you're a good stubborn kid.
Yeah, not stubborn in a bad way, but there's just there are some people in class where they just look for, they just use you to make trouble. You know what I'm saying? You say something, they laugh like it's so funny that they haven't heard anything funny. Who said that? Then you get in trouble. But I mean, we was one family, man. I can't miss that. I still keep missing that moment. We're one great big family, man.
Imagine.
Can you imagine? You come from school, you go home, and you are rushing to go back. By 3-4 o'clock, the whole campus is packed again. Everybody, different activities: basketball, music, football, basketball, volleyball. Everybody, we were one big family.
Football,
Yeah, you name it, everything. Drama class, everything. So
Those were the days.
those were the days, man. Those were
Those
the
like
days.
it.
I pray that's where we want to get the school to. It's challenging. It's not gonna be easy, but with commitment, I think we can make it.
One step at a time.
Yeah.
So
One step
guys,
at
here's the Cash App and Zelle on the screen. And
So-
please share the show. And if you come in and to make your little donation, those are the Cash App. If you want a Cash App, you want a Zelle. No excuse here. I don't have Cash App. I have Zelle. It's right there. I don't have Zelle. I have Cash App. It's right there. No excuse. So sending your 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, hell, $5,000 if you want to. It will help.
Right. Okay, you got millionaire in our Liberian community in a player.
Absolutely.
I know a couple of them. Yeah.
So now that we are known for the good English, we have to have the other kids to, learn this good English in a proper way. They shouldn't get pulled and thrown out of schools. So they just started the initiative. So come on, do something. And like I always say on this show, we have this saying, that we grew up hearing that Liberians don't support each other. Liberians don't like each other. And I told y'all, like I always tell y'all, we had to break that generational curse. Okay?
That's
We
right.
have to break that, we are praying, and I pray upon all of y'all in the name of Jesus. and if you're Muslim, to do the Muslim prayer. Everybody, we're gonna break that curse, and y'all start to support. We don't have to come here and be doing my cause or whatever. The good things that we do, that we say out of our mouths, that it's important to contribute. It's important to watch. It's important to send your little 2 cents. It doesn't have to be drama before you support. Please do that.
Absolutely. Cash App Zelle to 763-393-4796. Guys, whatever bless your heart, man, go ahead, give it. Remember, Save the Children, UNICEF, IRC. When we were in refugee camp, the organizations, and I'm pretty sure everything that's happening in the war right now, Sudan, everything that's going on, Ukraine, you're getting all these emails now coming in your inboxes, right? Now you're waking up now. That's how when during our civil war time, when we're running in the refugee camp, no blanket and no cocodolo, then I'm a man. Now my man Tule was
That was
there,
my favorite. The
you
Go-Go
know,
Dolls.
and the player are coming from.
Not the
But now,
Buckaroo. Mm-mm.
right, but now it's like we
I
need
love
to
the Go-Go Dolls.
we need to now start taking charge of our own institution and the institution that made some of us to be who we are today. Right? We should almost feel like indebted to these institutions. And I think that's what this is all about.
All your
If we all-
parents, who they are today.
Right. If we all can put our low $25, $50, $100, imagine you sending that, annually, consistently sending that annually. That could make a difference, a huge difference, And I think that's what it's all about. Hey, regional man, I know you just funny. I want you to talk about the significance of this reunion. If someone is sitting down, there's someone who went to Carroll High School, the person someone is sitting down, in their townhouse in Manhattan, New York City, they think they are beach now. What kind of message you got for that person?
I will pass it on to Rita, who's the chairperson, to give that message.
I'm gonna make yellow passing to them. Like impossible.
Rita.
So if you're sitting in a comfortable seat, watching TV, snacking on something. Sorry, I think I'm getting. We'll just encourage you to
let all of us just mute for a second. Let's see.
Yeah.
I think it's fine.
Okay. I think it's gone away. Yeah. So I'll say reach out. I mean, it will be worth it. Giving back is more than just it's great. It's a choice, right? It's a choice. But we talk about a lot of things here tonight. We are the change, really. I mean, whenever we think about a better society, a better country, we're not waiting for someone else to come and do it for us. We are the ones that will have to step up to do it for ourselves. So join in the efforts to help someone out. And if you do that, someone will get an education, but also you'll feel good about yourself. You'll, contribute to the community. When you feel good about yourself, they say, giving is good for your mental health, your physical health. Yeah, it makes you feel great. Your heart feels good. But also you have a fun time if you join us and for this great cause. So it's September 12th to the 14th in Minnesota. The big highlight is our dinner and ball on Saturday night at the Coon Rapids Civic Center, starting at 6 p.m. So join us. Come with your purse, your wallet. Let's help children in Liberia get an education. You'll feel good, and good things will happen to you. You'll be blessed. You'll be blessed.
I'd like to chime in a little bit, right? So if you're from Carroll High School, or if you have any family member associated with Carroll High School, this is your moment, right? Think about the famous quote from JFK, where he said, "Ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country." Get on board. Let us help this. Let us help in this process, right? It's all about Liberia, right? Whatever dollar or cent that you put towards this effort will help a kid somewhere in Liberia that you don't even know, but they are Liberians. This also means that you are giving back to your country. Look at it in that context. And then you can join those from Carroll High School. You don't have to be from there. I'm not from there. I'm from the College of West Africa. But guess what? Before the College of West Africa, before Carroll High School, we were Liberians. We were born Liberians. Before all of these schools were established, right? So it's incumbent upon all Liberians. Get on board with Carroll High School. These guys out here are trying to, raise funds for the school, and those funds are going to help the needy. A lot of kids who might be going to Carroll High School that don't have the hand to sort of have the school afloat, so that the school can be able to provide quality education for the generation to come, or for those that are there. So let us all do this as a all hands on deck approach to help Carroll High School, or to help these guys realize, whatever goal that they have set for their reunion. So come on board and let's do this together.
Mm. Yep. Thank
Absolutely.
you. Yes.
I think
Good.
yeah.
I didn't peep at this from you, Mr.
Regina needs to mute.
I think,
Mute.
Are you trying to speak? The feedback is coming from him.
I think we got close to wrapping up, right, Rita?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yes, absolutely.
I think Regina wanted to say something though.
Yeah,
Yes, go ahead,
Reggie.
Reggie.
Reggie, go ahead.
If we are wrapping up, I just wanted to say thank you, Momo. You didn't have to come on. You heard our education, you came on. We really appreciate that. We took notes of all the pieces of suggestions you made. Notes of projects, so they're all well taken. Ture, thanks so much for kicking off the show today, and it's been invaluable. We really appreciate it. And then we have Amy came on, and been very supportive of our cause and expanding this beyond Carroll High. We greatly appreciate it. And as I said from the beginning, you have a great platform, over 300,000 people visiting your site, and you give us this time, more than an hour, to talk education. We really, really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much for having us.
No problem.
No problem. Anytime, brother. Anytime you guys want to come, welcome.
Yeah, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. We'll give you guys a shout out at the dinner and the ball.
Oh,
No problem. No problem.
don't worry, I'll send you my best picture.
Okay. All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Yeah. Good night, guys.
Anytime, you're welcome back. Anytime you want to talk about us.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good night.
Good luck. So Uncle Sylvester is chilling with us.
Yeah, chilling with my nephew and my niece.
Yeah.
We appreciate you. We miss you obviously, but it's always good to have you in the fold.
Amy,
What are you going?
Amy join me and bring me back. So
yeah.
But I mean, it was a great show. I think this is what the nightly exchange kind of got birthed upon, right? To not only be driven into politics and all that stuff, but to kind of step back a little bit, get into key societal issues like education and other areas that are forgotten in a mix of all of these, convoluted political energy that always seems to have ourselves engulfed in. But this is where the bulk of the issues really, really happen. I feel like any country that kind of minimize education, I mean, you're not really doing well for the future of that country. And right now, Liberia, we are at the precipice. If we are not already there, I mean, our generation, we the refugee children. I would say refugee children because you know what I mean. But our education, we're jumping from refugee camp to refugee camp. God bless some of us were able to gain a little bit of, but there was so much disturbance, inconsistency because people are moving from different locations. Some all grew up in French-speaking country, all of that stuff. Like it just messed up the whole system. But in you now, we live in normal time now. 20 years has gone civil society actually, since the gun went silent. But we have not done anything to address educational inefficiency in the country. Up to today's day, right? And you would think people are doing, you would think they're just a you know, a salary issue, a lack of teachers and all that stuff. But students are not even giving the environment. You know, a brother on Facebook Live recently, and the guy was talking about, look at how schools are located, the radius within the schools and nightclubs and bars and all that stuff. Like, we need to look at that. That's what we
talk about. Remember on the show one time we talk about zoning, right?
Yes.
The Montreal City, the city corporation has to institute zoning. If it had not happened in the past, there's a law in Liberia about zoning. You cannot have in a residential. You cannot have in a resident. The problem about Liberia is the issue of enforcement.
Yeah.
Right. People are sitting in these positions and not implementing the laws. Implementation is the problem in Liberia. Not that there are not laws on the books, but implementation is our greatest problems. This is our greatest problem. I mean, so to speak. I build my home in a residential area. Someone feel that they build their own home, they have the right to post on a big drinking bar next to it, or build on a shop next to it and put a big speaker out and make noise at night because I'm in my house and I have the right to do anything. You don't have the right. If it is a zoning and it's a residential area, it has to be quiet. They got commercial district.
Yeah.
They got school districts. They got area where you are not allowed to open certain business because of the zoning laws.
Right.
Well, Mama, you just said that they are not implementing the laws, so a lot of people don't know those laws exist.
This is a national court. Look, this is why people in Liberia should be protesting for.
Exactly.
How can you protest for something you don't know?
Okay, then civil society group has to be teaching the people what is going on in the country. It should be led by civil society group. You don't have civil society groups in the country. Just, lip service. Key things in the community, observe what is going on in around the country. You see a lot of disturbances from churches, from malls. People put loudspeaker out and just disturb people's peace.
Because I tell you, to be honest with you, I think if you went and asked questions about those laws you're talking about, a lot of people don't know it.
Exactly. But then how do we
I did not know, because I see people doing them like, okay, so maybe this is Africa. This is how things work. So when people they have these laws, they have these. So how can you protest for something you don't know? People don't know.
So Liberia should have a market.
So if they when they go, like if they let people know about it, they make awareness about it, people will know. Then now other people know that to protest or to say something about it, or to have it reported when people or when another neighbor.
But that's what I'm saying. Have all these radio stations, the online TV. Look, Liberians, we are not so far-sighted. You cannot create a platform only for politics. You can create a platform different from, from what you usually see on Facebook, on social media. Look at these little low-hanging fruits. What are we doing to improve certain things? The zoning laws, are they implemented? You called out the authorities that should be responsible for these things, the city corporations. What are you doing to enforce these ordinances, these zoning laws? They should have commercial district, residential district, and industrial districts. You cannot put industrial planning close to a residential area. If there's an explosion of that industrial plant, everyone gets chemical. Who knows what happened?
People you feigning fire, you can't put a zinc round, you feigning fire, and you're close to an industrial area, like you don't know what is flammable.
One time I was watching a Facebook post, there was a huge explosion. I think I think it was steel factory or what iron factory. It exploded. There was a huge explosion of the plane, and that plane was built right by residential, social residents, people living around that area. Do you know the impact of the lives of that people in years to come? What are those chemicals could create cancer and stuff to the people? So let us know. We shouldn't do lip services with government. Look, government was instituted to govern the people. Make sure these laws are implemented that will benefit the people.
Umbrella, let me just come in a little bit. All the points you're making are great points, excellent points. For you and myself, we grew up in such an environment, right? We grew up, we saw Zing run around, nice story buildings, millionaires who build their houses, you see Zing Shack. We grew up, right? And God gave us the opportunity we travel. But when we travel, the environment we travel into, it changes us. So when we go back and we start condemning the very thing that we saw before that we were okay with, the very people on the ground will be like, my man, I think that you were not here before. You know what I'm saying? Because they have made the abnormal normal.
No, that's what they used to.
So you who looking at it from a different lens, you become a target. You don't like them, and all the time Liberian will use election as a threat, even if it's doing good for them.
2029 coming.
Like their own good. Environmental agency go somewhere and say the place is not safe. This oh, well, we've been living here for all the years. Yo, see, that one we go there for, then you come to not coming for their own good. They will fight you. Sanitation, they will fight you. What kind of some people will go in the night and take dirt and put it in the drainage? Some you, even here, you are tempted to take paper from your pocket and throw in the street, but when you look around, you be like, hell no, I'm not embarrassing myself because the environment alone made you guilty. But there, it's normal. It's normal. Everybody just do it. They don't care. And you who trying to put things in place, and this is it's been existing for so long. It's systematic. You know what I'm saying? It's been existing for 178-year problem or 150-year problem. To handle it today on hair, brother, you have a lot of hairs to buck.
Uncle Sylvester, I think you can. While it's true that we've been having problems in Liberia, right? Since Charlie King-Town, right? But we can also agree that the level it's at right now, it is at a deplorable condition at this point. I mean, it has exacerbated to Uncle Sylvester, he entered Liberia right now, right? Every corner you get into, school Zoom, commercial Zoom, Orange Mini, Lone Star Mini, Orange car, Lone Star car, recharge your phone. Yeah. I mean, you're talking about this thing, this jingle continue everywhere, every corner, I mean, it is insane, right? So I'm saying this. When you have a country that violates all of its laws, then what do you have? What do you have? People that's supposed to enforce the laws, they are the main culprits when it comes to breaking the laws. You're talking about people in high places. So what do we have? What do we have?
You see, Brother Toure,
A lawless society, that's what we're gonna have.
Toure, right? Amy is your opponent. Everything in Liberia is politics, right? Amy is your opponent. What you said is true. So you are there to bring about change. You are there and change hearts for the better good. It's like the doctor tells you that your heart has a problem. You have to go heart surgery. They're gonna open you up, which is painful. It hurts. But when all is said and done, you become a better person. That is how it looks like. Change hurts. So now you're trying to bring about this change, But because of the people mentality, now if it takes that good thing that you're trying to do and turn it around to the people and say, yeah, to you, the people they not mean well for you, and they can't tell you, break your zinc shack then down. You'll be what play they pay to go. You know, they turn it around, and because of the mentality of the people, they see you as the bad guy.
Absolutely. It's happening now.
They
Like
see you as the
it's
bad guy. Okay, for
happening
instance, let me just land on this note. For instance, you mentioned about school zone, brother. Go see how many liquor shop around school zone.
That's what I'm saying.
I send my child to school. Liquor shop right there, ghetto right there. Even let's move from the school zone. I mean, let's go to the higher education. You go to university's canteen, they're selling liquor there. Brother,
We're on campus.
what university campus you now go to? You go to the canteen, they're selling alcoholic beverages on campus. No, it's a no-go zone for alcohol and drugs. That's a learning environment. You want to drink, you go, you adult, you go out and
Look,
drink.
Brother Sylvester, you are
Yeah.
100% correct. Even on our campus today, what we see in Liberia, the issue of this proliferation of drugs, the schools are not even taking action where they put signs. You know, this is a drug-free zone. Little things. Put a sign up on everywhere on the campus. A student can see this is a drug. At least the effort. Little things.
I've said that.
Yeah.
I've said that.
Simple things are not, the schools are not. Why are you a school? Why are you an educator? Why are you an institution that provide education? It's to write something. Create a sign that says drug-free zone. No drugs is allowed here.
Bro, Momo,
Write it. Put it.
Even
Create a
place,
sign,
right?
a permanent sign everywhere on campus.
Yeah.
bro,
It has
Momo,
to create that awareness.
even in the United States, whenever you are approaching a school zone, right?
It's a drug-free,
They-
right?
Right? Drugs free, speed limit is obviously, and then even if you drive on the highway, it's like click
Yes.
it or tickets, right?
Yeah.
Click it or tickets.
Yes.
Like these things, it's not like people, but you have to. It's like human beings.
look,
We
It's
need to be constantly reminded of things. That way,
simple.
when somebody violate, you are already there to regulate.
The
There's
law is
no-
there. There's something is there.
That's why sometimes it said, even if police, when they give you ticket, that's why they say a police officer at night, they can't give you ticket if their headlight is not on, right? It has to be on. At least, I mean, let me speak to the state of Pennsylvania. They're not supposed to give you ticket when, like, let's
It's not a boogie trap for you.
exactly, they have to turn their headlight on. You know, it may vary in other states. We wish, of course, America is funny like that, but that's Pennsylvania. So I'm saying, if you don't put these things on there, like they say the corporation, they have to be on the social media, like engage with Spoon TV. I mean, control Spoon TV. Get other institutions where people the area people can go to get their news. Please these add them on there. All these things help. You know, it helps a lot.
To add up to what you just said, right? Look, let us utilize the education that we have. The country should use the education system to do. Look, for instance, the last time they had an issue of after CDC was evicted from their party headquarters, they decided to go back there. Simple. What's the best solution to go away from there? The police put a sign.
Exactly.
No trespassing. Violator will be arrested. Put
Yep.
the sign. None. Anybody catch water now? You seen the clear stuff. No trespassing. Violator will be arrested.
Yep.
You
And
can't say
prosecuted.
that now. You can't say that now.
Again?
The police got you, handcuff you, and take you. They will say,
Yeah,
you see the
I
sign?
agree.
You can't read. All the people
Yeah.
on Spoon talking yama, you know,
It's
like
just-
simple
it's
solution.
It's just the
Put up the
implementation.
sign like the one we have here. Or
It's just the implementation of the law.
You
That
go
is
and
a
buy
point.
this disabled,
Yeah.
you don't have a disabled plate. If 500, your vehicle will be towed, and you pay $500.
The thing
Some
about that
laws are
is
written.
when,
Yeah.
like Uncle Sylvester said, right? These days, the country is polarized. So every little thing, you have other opposition twisting it to make it look like it's wrong, right? To threaten you in 2029 to make it look like it's wrong. The only way these things will be really affected in Liberia, and like we will see, and people will understand that these laws were there. It was just they were not just being implemented. They were not just implementing it, right? And this is the law, like you said, platform like these, or the big platform and like Spoon, like whatever. If they are echoing these things,
Yes.
right, it will
Make it
make
change.
the people mind to know like, okay, it's the thing. But if the government in charge trying to implement these 1960 something laws that none of us know about, right? There was an ad. They put the Kingdom Rescue. You said it on Spoon. They said the Kingdom Rescue. The Brian Butter issue. When you cleaning the street, when you said, oh, they're taking Brian Butter from the people table, the people gonna come to understand these things supposed to be happening. When you have the, like Stuart said, the platforms to listen to, manipulating them, thinking that these are wrong. This is a politics instead of, and this is not the part that frustrates me is that it's about Liberia. How can we be in developed countries like these, and then we be talking about Liberia, this not happening, that's not happening, and then for us to help to make it happen, we putting our own personal interest into it because it's not what all the people we wanted to do it, and they keeping it to keep the country like that. What good is it for every one of us?
Let me just pose this question to every one of us, and all of us are in the diaspora. Guys, haven't you been driving around on a highway or you going to another state and what have you, and you see signs that say no truck allowed, right?
They got to
Oh yeah.
Say no truck allowed, which means no truck take that road.
No.
Yeah.
You try that in Liberia, it's a whole different ballgame. Oh, they put so that truck can go on that road. And then there are rules for reasons.
Whatever the government
That
can give you
road
a hard
was
time.
not built for 10 tires or 18 wheeler. It was not meant for that. It was for the road, it will ruin the road. So you have alternative route. You can't go that way. You have to go this way. But
Bruh.
to bring such rule in Liberia, they turn it around to
Bruh,
politics.
bruh.
I remember there was a time the government posted, let me tell you on the government posted something say, I think it was on the highway going to Zedro, where they say at this time to this time, this the 10 tire truck, whatever cannot travel on this road at this time, whatever, because it ruins the road. The
Ruins
impact
the
it
road.
has on the road. That was a whole political something that don't get everyone y'all see how you go for your market and this, that. But they don't get it. They don't get it. Even the people, can you imagine on the look at the Japan freeway? When you see that road now, it's like it was built 20 years ago. The people,
Absolutely, yeah.
they turn that road into mechanic shop. They wasted dirty oil on the asphalt. And all those things, it ruined the road.
The rural, yeah.
So, I mean, go ahead.
You can't be asking for a better life and you're not taking care of it because government give you good roads, so you think the government should come and take care of it and clean it and do all of this. It's not going to happen. We have to educate the people.
Brother Johnson, right?
Yeah.
Liberia is a kind of society where, you know, people in hold them with heavy hands. That sort of, democratic principle we have in America, people's right and all of that. It does not apply to Liberia. We got issue of littering, trash in the city.
I said this.
The city, the Mora City Corporation will take the bull by its horn when it comes to the issue of trash. You put on there no littering. Foul litter is look. These are the custom oral law express laws that take effect immediately.
You can be driving on the highway.
You violate it. It apply the handcuff you take you to the jail.
On the sun.
I'm so thirsty today.
Yes, they tell you violator $500 or 3 year jail time. It's expressed.
Very, very,
It's
very, very
there.
much expressed.
So once you violate it, you're gonna handcuff you. If even the judge get a firearm, no, if you get a firearm, you're gonna jail. Be in court. Put those signs up to designated area, places where you see people always put trash to where it's not a designated area to put trash. Put a sign there and let one person be caught and say, "You see this sign? This sign say, if you put it there, later means dead." And then you do jingles.
What are you simple English? Don't put no day.
You use jingles.
People
And then
can
you
tell you
post
that
it
they
there.
don't know what later mean. No dead here.
Yeah.
No trash here.
You
All
put-
put it on three.
Even
All
if
the
you-
most people
if
that
you
won't
put
put
it-
it there, put it.
If
Simple.
you put it in writing, you also put a graphic next to it.
Yeah,
Or
exactly.
somebody put in charge and the police catch you, handcuff you, and take you to jail. Put it there. They can see visual. They see
If you
it.
can
The
read the
Montreal
visual,
City
yeah.
Corporation has to start putting these signboards out to places where people are not supposed to. If it's not a designated area for child, you put it there and you get caught. Action should be taken on you immediately. You go to court, they arrange you to court. That one is fact. It's court. They take the
This
Montreal
is there?
City Court. They arrange you there. They're seen day.
But brother,
The same day,
That's just so
the
you there.
judge he said, "Where's the $500?" The judge
Yeah.
said, "Where's the $500?"
Give me
Or
your-
you are going to 9 months in jail right now.
Yeah,
No,
but brother,
it's
but brother, how about
It's dark.
what's about your own health? Your own health.
Fist
Eh?
the camera and fist the light.
You can't think about your own health.
take the bull by the horn.
Well, I'll
You know?
tell you what.
So look, law enforcement in Liberia, look, it has to do with the leadership. A guy like me, Momo Tule,
Yeah,
take me to Liberia.
I recommend Momo Tule for drug
Put me the
enforcement.
head of one of the agencies or DEA or
Or
whatever. Eh?
DEA.
Let me tell you one thing, right?
To rest on that motion.
I have said this over and over.
Mm.
The drugs in Liberia is an existential threat to our nation. This thing is eating a huge
That's just what
fabric.
happened to the lights in there.
It's eating a huge fabric of our nation. And
It
if
is.
care is not taken, right? Drug law or drug smuggler will take strategic position in our country, and they will decide to fight back. Because
Yep.
once the young men and see drugs as a source of income, that they know that they get better money from it, they will take arms against the government one day, like what happened Boko Haram attacking people in Nigeria and whatever. And when that's taken our society, it will be so difficult for the government to rebel, to be able to gain order in society again. Now is the time to take proactive measures to combat drugs in Liberia. I see the president still recycling police people, bringing them. Look, the society does not trust these people anymore. Why don't you look to the diaspora? There are a lot of people in the diaspora, a lot of Liberians. Why Liberians keep calling back for the same old people? You cannot bring back the same old order.
Recycling.
Well, maybe, Momo, they don't know. They don't know people like you are interested in it because you're not in touch. That's what I'm saying.
The reason,
They have to.
But listen, brother,
Liberia has, yes.
you have to recruit
What's in the food?
45 people. You have to recruit people with right mind. And how to do
Look at
that?
what was saying.
He said, if you put Momo at the end, you'll find like AB and Padiga. The brother said
People,
that.
Momo, and what's in there?
It's the moment we put more with that.
He just said Momo. So what's the point? I said, yeah, you put
Yeah,
Momo
you
and what's in
find
there?
like AB and Padiga.
So the brother seemed very emotional.
Wilson, let me address Wilson. Wilson, you know what? I'm so passionate about the issue of drugs in Liberia. I've been part of a lot of professional organizations in America. Maybe you don't know me, right? Maybe you see me being
No, that's
forceful about the conversation. It is dear to my heart. But I work for the federal government of the United States here for about 10 years. I'm still working for the U.S. government. I serve in the U.S. military here. This is someone who have the ability, the capability to help in the fight against drugs. Here's what I propose, and I share it with Amy. I said, look, the entire DEA is compromised. That's what I said. there is a need to reform the DEA. That's what I said, right? From the top leadership to the rank and file, it has to be totally reformed. That's the medium to long-term approach. What do we need now as a short-term approach? And I said this, even in the U.S., those of all who are in the U.S., look, you may hate Donald Trump or not, the action Donald Trump has taken in D.C. has brought tremendous decrease in crimes. Before, in recent time in D.C., you're walking around, you get harassed quickly. What Donald Trump did, he activated the National Guard to come in temporarily to help fight crimes in D.C. Today,
that was just unnecessary, though, Momo.
I don't think it was unnecessary. Sometimes Donald Trump may seem controversial, and sometimes I disagree with a lot of his policy. But this one, there is a decrease in crime since the National Guard came in.
There was a significant decrease in crime since Donald Trump took over.
No. Let me say my piece.
What percentage?
I'm going to a setting. No, I'm heading somewhere. In our Liberian setting. I'm not dealing with the U.S. Right? In Liberia, we have one of the most professional organizations in the country that is well respected, the AFL. In the AFL, as a military guy, former military guy, because Liberians always perceive and see the military as combat fighting group, they were trained to kill people. That's not what it is. Every military group has a non-combat unit, and they have a combat unit. The non-combat unit support the combat unit in combat, right? So the president, through his own wisdom, could execute an executive order to activate the non-combat component of the AFL to come in as a short-term measure to fight the war, to be a part of the war against drugs in our country. They are already professionals. They are well trained.
You're putting a plan. I have somebody else get that for you.
No, I don't care. They don't want to take it. All they need to do is reaching the DEA. Reaching the DEA on what to do when it comes to when it comes to the war on drugs, right? To know the different kind of drugs, to know how to do arrest of drug smugglers or those who are the users of drugs. Once the AFL is trained to do that, they are under a specific mandate or mission based on the president executive order, which might last for a year or could be extended. They will transition, they will be attached, they will be detached to the DEA for that period of the president executive order. They will wear DEA uniform. They are still AFL, they are under the Uniform Court of Military Justice, but they are still under the AFL. Because of the credibility of the AFL, Liberians now will see the DEA as a credible force. The AFL officers who will not be a year as DEA soldier will not compromise their future because they are already trained. They're not going to go sell drugs. They're not going to go take drugs and smuggle it in their uniform or go get intel to someone out there and say, we'll come and arrest you. For the short term, the AFL being detached to the DEA will be fighting drugs while we focus on the medium and long-term approach in the war against drugs. That is restructuring or reforming the DEA. That is seeking more budgetary allocation to the DEA for hiring new DEA officers or for retraining those that are there or eliminating some of them who are insider threat to the DEA. There are a lot of DEA soldier agents who are insider threat. They take intel information that are being gathered to go and fight the war on drugs. They share it with the smugglers. They share it with the suppliers. Don't have to be out of the system. That is the medium to long-term approach. And part of the reason why we want to do that is you need a proper leadership first. That good leadership will institute all the things that I'm saying. And you need a leadership
LDA boss
that have the ability to come to the US. Like we have a good
motion.
We have.
I knew Wesley was like a motion.
Let me ask you this question though. Let me ask you.
When a Momo, I want to ask you.
Wesley,
are you a practice student or former police?
No, I've never been part of the police. Look, let me tell you one thing. Johnson, I was in the U.S. Army, right? Do you know what we used to do? I volunteered my time. we used to go to school and do security guard and road guards, because especially when there were times where there were active shooters activities in America, right? We volunteered through NWR. There was some organization on the military base that I volunteered my time. If we don't have anything doing, we go and do road guard, make sure the kids cross from school. We monitor them. We go in the classroom and help to read to kids who are struggling with homework and stuff. Soldiers, we in our uniform, we performing these things. That's the way to see soldiers. Soldiers were not just trained to go to the battlefield and kill enemies.
That's what
There are other things that soldiers are meant for. But in our society, they call Liberia, soon as you say, oh, the problem is to kill. They come and kill people. That's not true.
So, Momo.
Let's follow NWF. Go ahead.
Let me come in this, right? So, the DEA right now is at let's say, a combustible point right now. You know, because for whatever reason, they have not gotten that stuff right. In a span of 18, 19 months, the president have fired 2 heads.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I'm talking about, how do you get to a point where the first appointment that you came in with, you let go of that batch of individual for the right reason? There are a bunch of unprofessional guys. Then you would have, at least I would think that the leadership would have done a due diligence by bringing people in that were not for me, that would have actually fallen in the same situation now that we have. So you're talking about an area where the drugs proliferation in our country is so alarming, but you don't have a responsible leadership. So that right there, that in itself is a problem. So I think at this point, I would agree with you. The president needs to start looking outside of the box now. You know, because the recycling of leaders to lead the FDA
is not working.
With 2 firing now, it just tells you that the people there are not up for the task.
Absolutely.
You know? Right?
Because
Ture, you said it so
I
don't want to tell me real quick, I'll be short. You said it so brilliant. That's why there's a need. You see all that fighting between Fadiga and Avi Kuma? I think Fadiga was in America. Fadiga never went into like what you call a military structure. No, in the military, no matter how you are angry at your boss, the training that we have,
you might keep shaking.
The training that we have, you do not have to write. There are other channels to do so. We are well trained to know better as military officials. So if you have people who went to the rank and file of the military to serve in first of all, the war on drugs is a military effort. It is not, people don't think they're not police. Look, it's a real global, it's a real frontline fight. See the DA in America, they train a real guerrilla fight to go after those guys. They don't play. So if you have military guys in there, knowing the training that we have, if you got people with a leadership structure, you are well trained enough to know the channel to take. You do not burst, you do not carry on an outburst against your leader in public. That's why there are 3 general orders. Respect the officer appointed over you. Right? That's one of our 3 general orders. No matter how you are being abused or whatever, you respect him. They have to open your policy ways to channel your grievances to the chain of command. I'll rest there. Go ahead.
You saw how the entire police was restructured.
Right? No LEC.
No LEC.
Yes, LEC was too go. So how the entire police was restructured. You know, the police was restructured. The AFL was trained by the Americans, and it has that respect that it carries now. That whole LDA, they need to dissolve that entire LDA because drugs, money is
Yeah.
Let's be realistic. You're making $150 a whole month.
That's it. Mm-hmm.
Then you can't catch me. Or you find me with drugs and huge cash. I say, my man, I'll give you $5,000. I'll give you 10 grand. Yeah.
Ball.
Exactly.
Let's be realistic, bro. I mean, don't get me wrong. Dude, we have to
Not
do the
good,
right
but
thing.
not everybody can
There's
stand to
a
resist that.
temptation in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then you are my boss. I will arrest I will arrest the person, and I try to live by my code of ethics and bring that person to you. You'd rather take that money and let the person go. The next time, what you think I will do? I will arrest the person and tell them how to do. Because I know when I bring it to you, he's going.
Brother Johnson. Brother Johnson.
Wait, let me finish. Wait.
Okay, go ahead.
Wait, let me finish. I know you will take the money and let the person go. So I'd rather take it. 1, 2. The structure is like the LTA here. By the time you above age 35, you're not even qualified to apply. They will not take you. 1, 2, yes. Age 35, done. You're not going. I mean, you can be there and go above 35 years old. I mean, you age over 35, 40, 50, but in the recruiting process, in 35 years is the cutoff. Then, 2, they do thorough background checks. Sometimes it takes a whole year for you to even be given a letter of employment. Checking your background, what community you live in, the school you went to, who were you, who were Touré when you're in high school, who were this, because they put you in a position of trust.
That's true.
They will do, and don't get me wrong,
You'll be vulnerable.
Okay, human being can change anytime. They put you in a position. They put you in a position of trust. They don't know who you will be tomorrow, but they will do their due diligence. Oh, even while you are still going through the academy, you still not hired yet. You can get fired today. They still doing background check while you stay in the academy. When you graduate and you take that oath, then you know you get a job. Then you go out there to do your job. But drugs is tempting.
That's what I said, Touré. We
But
shouldn't be using those people there because they are the ones something with a drug dealer now. Everybody in that country, they are some way, somehow. So it's not a good idea to keep something in the same people in that environment because they are already intertwined with the drugs dealers.
So Brother Johnson made, he's at a point where I want to differ with him a little bit, right? Look, even in the US here, right, there are certain positions, once you do a vetting well, we need patriotic Liberian, patriotic citizen to go into this position, right? Mm-hmm. Sometimes you go into a position, forget about the salary that much. If you have love for country as a citizen, as a patriotic citizen, you would do your job diligently so that your country can benefit more, right? The issue, look, as a DEA agent, right? That's why even in America, police, do you know how much the police make? They don't make a jack. But those guys.
No, I differ you on one.
Hold on, let me talk. I'm not talking about comparing to the siren, like, bro. I'm talking about the police siren here, comparing to the cost of living here.
No, that's not true.
Wait. Comparing to the cost of living here.
I think
police,
it depends on the district.
Or new police, or new police officer.
I agree.
A new police officer today that come in the force, making around $40,000 to $50,000.
City police or whatever you want. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that's true.
So based on the cost of living here, police don't make anything here. But guess what? Those people go to that place with the community and what they call a heart. And then with all the measure put in, I'm not saying they are not corrupt police here, they're not corrupt police in the system here, right? But there are systems put in place to check them or to catch them if they do something wrong. That's like police camera, the vehicle camera on, body camera on you,
Right,
all
body
these
camera.
measures and stuff to see whether you are corrupt or not. They will catch you. Even if you do it on the back channel, they'll find you.
Yeah,
The
but
war on drugs in Liberia. Let us not look. The salary is 150. You saw the salary as being 150. They say they want to recruit you. You go stay online to be recruited, and you saw the salary. They said that 150 you will be paid. As long as you agree.
yes.
Anything other than that, do not go in there and start complaining that the salary is small.
But look now.
Wait,
But Momo, let's
wait,
talk to.
Yeah, 1 minute to read, bro. Momo, I agree. Okay, I'll play devil. I agree for the 150. I saw the 150. I take it because in the land of the blind and one eye man is a king. I play a poor country. That 150, that plenty money. When one is better than zero. Then let's bring it on the other side, like here. I will be tempted here as a police officer to take bribe. I'm him. I will be tempted to take drugs and go push on me and do whatever it is. But the consequence is more than what I will
It
get.
is huge. Exactly.
Exactly.
Because
Right.
when it goes on my record, I'm done for life.
Felony.
I will not
Done.
do anything. You know what I'm saying? So when I think
Exactly.
about all of those things, I mean, I know, and I want it. I said I don't want to be that stupid.
So now
And
we
I
always
think-
exactly, Brother Johnson. You were speaking you making my case. This is why a guy like me, once I get in that force, on day one, I summon all the units to have a dialogue that this force, we are in business to help the nation to eradicate drugs from our society. And if you are within our midst to further derail our efforts, you are in the wrong place. If you want to resign, resign now, or you face a dire consequence for doing the wrong thing. You come up with this strong statement as a leader. It sends a message across the entire organization that a new sheriff is in town, that it's a dawn of a new era, that the war on drug should be intentional. That if you think your salary is small, that's why you want to steal, resign. If the salary is okay, you want to, we will provide all the incentives, maybe helping your kids, providing, if you are a full-time DA agent, we can get you health care for your family. We will provide all that incentives. We will add something to give you some set of cushion, so that you can be able to go there and fight the war and go after the bad guy rather than worry about how your kids, when your kids get sick, go to the hospital.
You got all ideas, right? You got all those good ideas and what have you, and which is good. That's what we want. We want our country to get better. But, Ramiro, you will be frustrated when you land on ground.
Look,
number one, you need the fundings. Politicians will not get you the fundings. They rather put the money in different things and what have you. You will be at an LDA struggling. Even the equipment to work with, you don't have it.
Uncle Sylvester.
So you get frustrated with all the passion you got. Say, guys, what can I do with 100,000 budget? It's nothing for LDA. I'm just using that figure as an example. Go ahead.
Let me come here a minute, right? Momo, conventional wisdom will tell you everything is just numerated. That's how it should be. When you put people in better situation, pay people with living wage, then you expect them to do all of the things that you're talking about, to be accountable to you. Do you know some people take on employment in Liberia is not by fair value of what they're going to get as salary and wages, but they just use that as a stepping stone to get in and just be involved in it. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem we have. So let me tell you this. Gregory Coleman, I don't think there is anybody eloquent in addressing his forces than Gregory Coleman. Right? But let me tell you, brother, it's like the thing they put accuse a papa for George W. Bush. They said no child left behind. Yeah, he said no child left behind, but he left the money behind. You know what I mean? So I'm telling you this, right? That's the thing that frustrates professional people that leave America to go helping abroad. A lot of them under Madam Salih, they went there, right? And guess what? 2-3 months they pack up, they came back. Because the system will not allow you to implement what you're trying to do. Look at the university president right now that we have. I'm telling you right now, I won't be shocked if that woman is frustrated right now, because look at that campus.
As you think about packing
That
on the way.
campus that campus should not be allowed for human being to sit, let alone be around it. You know what I'm saying? But that's the state-run university there, though. So Liberia, the problem is, I've said this. Let's make some comparison analysis. Look at Germany. Lawmaker makes $4,000 United States dollars. But in Liberia, those bugger, they sit over there, they're making $15,000. Sierra Leone, right here, our next door neighbor. Salon Bobone, those men are making $1,200 a month. But meanwhile, I go down there, go to Guinea. You know what I'm saying? Like, our problem is those cronies in there. And when these people want to protest, these are areas that our protests need to be redirected to. Or should I say directed to? But until we can start fixing the thing, the FDA will just be flat. Because the thing Uncle Sylvester to you right now, they're going to give you a budget of $250,000. Then they want you to fight drugs.
In the entire country.
Okay. You know, here is my approach.
I was like, what the hell is this?
Here is my approach to this whole thing, right? Given the opportunity to be a part of the process, right? No, you don't hire people that don't use their position to leverage your position to get international budgetary support, right? You know that you're taking the job. You know the government is constrained with budget. You should use your position, leverage your position to have outside contact. Like, come back to the U.S. Look, let's come back to what we do. For instance, serve here in the U.S. Army, serving at the Department of Defense for almost 10 years. The ins and out, I know what's going on when it comes to serving on the front line and supporting those that serve on the front line. I got, it's already there. We now have a good time with the senator of Raphael Warner. He went to Liberia from the Ebenezer Baptist Church. There's a link there. He was with Joseph Nima Boaka in recent time. All of that. Georgia has a DEA agent that's part of the federal DEA agent, right? Agency. Georgia has a DEA agency. Every state has a separate agency. You either go federal or you go by the state level to establish what Ellen did with the Michigan National Guard. She went and had an agreement with the Michigan National Guard to train our military post, the war. She wanted to dissolve the entire military and then build the military up. She signed an agreement with Michigan National Guard to just provide basic training to our military, to reform the military and give them better training, right? Though she never did it in full, which of course I don't like, because at least she should have said, when you train these guys, the equipment, you'll help out with some of your American equipment. You're showing with the equipment and then don't give them the equipment to use, which of course she didn't do that because I think she was afraid that after the war, you don't want to empower the military and make them too strong before they go after her, because knowing how her participation was during the war. So I got that. But to this day, that has not been, the agreement has not been, see what bet they could do some amendment to the agreement so that we can be supply some military equipment. So that one, let me put it aside. We could do similar thing to the DEA. Look, the DEA now in Liberia going break Zinc Shack down, going take Shoreway and knock into them down. The war, look, we have to meet the issue at the source. This is a concern for
LDA boss.
The law enforcement side. Look, come to the U.S. Come to someone like my senator, Georgia, Senator Raphael Warner, and come and say, sir, yo, first of all, before you even go to the people, they already research you. Momo Tule or Amy is the head of the DEA. They come in to meet the U.S. Embassy, want to have a contact with the ambassador. You have a discussion with the ambassador. Ambassador research you. Say, look, I just got I was just appointed and confirmed by the Senate to head the DEA. This war is not a simple war; it's a global war. The war on drugs is a global fight, and in our effort to join this global fight, my government is constrained budgetarily. So I want to leverage my position and my contact that I have in the US to see how best we can get outside support.
Talking. Momo, Liberian society different from what you're talking now.
Look, it is doable.
I understand you're not durable, but you're talking there like, let me tell you something. I've seen people in Liberia who, all of the things you're saying, they know where to lobby and this and that and what have you. And finance minister step on them. That
Why?
They're using their position in politics. It must go through the finance ministry. That money must go through the finance ministry. It got to be reported in the budget. And then
Oh
all
no!
of those
Then you want for the person to do that job. You can't do that.
That's what they do.
I was shouldn't be coming to the public and be running my mouth.
Oh,
You can't
but
do that. You
people
get a person the job to do it, and they're trying to lie.
Excuse me, Brother Johnson, there are certain people, Brother Johnson, there are certain people you can't silence. There are certain people when they're appointed, you're afraid of them. No matter who you are. Look, if you're put, look, I'm not talking about the other crowd and the other side to call their name, call them crowd. They put them where they Magibi, police detachment. That guy feels the big promotion for him. That guy go to that DA. Anything the final manager said, man, we'll get you this one, you shut him off. I know what I want to do with the agency. I have the requisite, knowledge to run that agency. I tell you what I want. You, even if the budget is not there, if I want to go outside, I have the leverage to come to the U.S. to sit with a U.S. senator, to lobby on my own, leverage my relationship.
Well, that's not great. People making me doing the same thing.
The U.S.
Yes,
I can come here and establish that Georgia department. Georgia DA agency, and say, look, Senator Warner, please connect me with the governor of Georgia. And tell the governor of Georgia who I am, what the U.S. has done for me, what I've done here in the U.S. I've given my life for this country, and the country has helped me a lot. And I went back home to give back to my country. This is what my country has appointed me to be. And I've come back to solicit support because the country is poor. We don't have the necessary budgetary support, and I need their support. Look, let me tell you one thing, brother Sylvester. Bulk of our drugs, I don't see nobody on any platform talking about where bulk of our drugs, the drugs that come to the country. No, many people don't mention this. It's not just the border.
They just victim
Over 50% of our drugs come through the Fanti Kino. The people that can be paying the Kino from Ghana, no BB Kino. That's why over 60% of our drugs enter the country. Have you seen DEA agent assigned to those and where either Maryland, wherever they get Fanti Kino?
DEA agent go real ghetto. The people run in the swamp. DEA agent standing looking at them. They're just swamp, they can standing looking at them. They talking about Kino.
So instituting K9 units. Instituting a training K9 unit. I don't have to run behind a criminal when they're running. I sent the dog to go and knock you down, and I easily walk to you and then handcuff you or tase you. Why don't we come to the U.S. and train a whole K9 unit? Consult the U.S., have a program exchange so that we can bring at least 20 or 30 to come and train as K9 units and assign them to every point, every border, every area we know we earmark as area that drugs can be smuggled through. All these kingdom, every kingdom that comes, I send a dog on the kingdom to go and search the kingdom to know what the drugs is there. You cannot bribe a dog. What the dog is trained to do is what the dog is going to do. If someone crossing our border illegally, and I don't have the means to chase you at the time you're running too fast, you can't run with a dog.
Do not feed the K9 unit dog, brother.
I think got a dog. When the dog
Bro, I'm sorry, brother. You got some great ideas, bro. You really do. But it's just unfortunate, right? That system don't like bring like you.
Yeah, but you gotta
That
be.
system.
Yes,
Wait,
that's
Amy,
it.
wait. Amy. The people say when snake bite you, when you see anything that resembles snake.
I know, but
I'm telling you this for free. Anybody that leave from America
people
here,
don't like change. You gotta force it down that throat.
we saw it on Madame Salif. You either compromise some of your morality, you either compromise some of your integrity to be able to work in Liberian government. People that went there, they had no interest in compromising their morality or their integrity. Guess what? They got right back in the plane and came back. All right?
Like,
So,
Oma,
at the end of the day, I mean,
Mary.
what I see in Liberia, what I see in Liberia,
That's
is
real
for
one, Mary.
the president to look at that FDEA thing and just trust somebody like, okay, my man, go ahead and do what you gotta do. People around the president telling him stuff. When it comes to employment, every senator got their say in who gets employed. People bring their people. It's not that's the problem we have.
Yeah.
Look at what that guy was saying on the tape. And we get this all the time in our country. You go in may arrest. What that problem was, drugs money does not travel through traditional banking sector.
No.
Their money is in cash in their ghettos, wherever they are.
Pure cash.
And it could be millions of dollars, bro. So you tell me, when people go and raise area, that's what I saw in the other men and women. Everybody wanted to be on their feet. Nobody wanted to do it.
You're so silly.
You know what I mean? Look,
I'm not bringing that feed there.
Every that way it happens. Look, my man, when people bust like thousands of dollars, go on YouTube and just put American DEA. When he got to go on some of their operation, I mean, millions of dollars. That's what I'm saying. Some people can take some job there, like, bro, they're not looking at what the job paying there. They're not looking at it.
At this point, the LDEA, you have to have people from over here. People that
Patriotic.
Momo not talking about salary. Momo don't care.
Momo, if you get a job, Momo.
Yeah, Momo
if you get a job.
Guy, nobody gonna look at Momo. I will give you $1,000 or $5,000. Let me go.
If you get a job, Momo, I'll be a public relations officer.
People are right there.
When Momo gets the job, I'll be a public relations officer.
Momo for my position. Ask Momo for my position.
But
again.
she will be my administrative assistant.
I'll be checking in the office.
I got you,
factor. Momo,
no, honestly, serious note.
He has this passion, he has this ambition, and what have you.
He does.
He will have a lot of people to fight.
Yeah.
Okay. That's okay. You gotta be strong.
You have some government officials to fight. You have the cartels to fight. You have the drug users to fight because they feel that you're stopping their food. Right? It's a 3 different groups. Then you have even people within us to fight.
They may get it too popular. You're doing a good job.
Oh yeah.
And he was something. That was in there.
Oh, they make from America. You think how would be? It been at them 2,000 years ago. My brother, you will see your time. And all of those people, that mindset, they see you as a target. You come into color, they are chopping and this and that and what have you. All of these people start to target you. Now you gotta be a man.
What
have you? And then in that kind of vulnerable society that you find yourself in, the kind of vulnerable society you find yourself in, you start washing your back too. You gotta start washing your back. People start targeting you for your life.
Yep. Well, that's why he need people like that before the food go. Who food that boss food? Yeah, let me see. Open it. Let me see.
But look, brother Johnson, right? Look, the issue of PPE. I see my government to not have the necessary budget support to us. Me,
Momo, I can come to the US here and sit with my senator. This is my senator here, Georgia. We put him there. The governor, I put him there. I serve in uniform here. Serve them with my blood, sweat, and tears. I've contributed to this country. It's about time to help my country of birth, that I need their support, that I come to them and see what I've done for you. It is time for you to help me do for my own. I need you guys to help. We don't have the money. We need to have this agreement with you guys. You help us so we can help you guys in the fight against drugs. Because if we stop the drugs at its source, you guys, it would not overburden you guys in the US. That means the burden that you guys have to, the level of drug that be coming to the US will be minimized, because they look at countries like our country as a soft target. They pass these smuggle these drugs to my country to bring it over to the shores of the US. But if I can fight it from there, it lessens the burden on the DEA in the United States. So there's a dire need for you guys to collaborate with us so we can do this, so we can jointly fight this war against drugs. And they will see reason. I put all the head of the DEA in Georgia in the same room and make the case. That's why we don't have in these leaders that they be appointing them. What I want from Kakata will come and talk. What did I want to talk?
But look at the head and the jet fire. You look like you get one foot in the grip.
Exactly. Exactly.
You need people with energy. You need people with you know?
You need look, DEA is a robust agency. There's another place. There's another place. Look, as a leader, you should project strength in the DEA, not just by your physical look, but by your ideas, right?
Yeah.
You come to the force with better ideas. You summon all your men, send a strong message to them that a new sheriff is in town. You either want to work for the country or you are against us. If you are against the nation, resign now.
I can see Momo making weightlifting mandatory.
4:30 on the beach.
No. For the physical training, not only about weightlifting, it's a requirement of every law enforcement agency.
Oh, absolutely.
You wake up in the morning, you have to go to PT, physical training in the morning.
Yes.
You have to run your tool. You have to do push-up, you have to do sit-up before you go for accountability formation and wear your uniform and start your day's work. You do not see the agent yet wake up. After all, you don't wake up before everyone wakes up.
You can't run
Change
for
your shift.
You can't run for 5 minutes.
But
But that's chase about 5 minutes. That's
the thing. If it sits on a DA agent and say you
First of all, that
give up.
uniform. First of all, that uniform. If I had that uniform today, I would propose that uniform be changed. That black uniform, everybody can go look at that. They do black criminals can quickly put in that uniform.
Right,
we need different uniform.
And Momo, that is the thing, right? When you allow agent now to start making their own uniform, then we have a serious problem.
That's the thing. They have to do that police guy. They have to call police guy. They want our
where anybody can just go in the market and buy black piece of cloth and go
somewhere. Yeah, the police when he went, what they called him and car hit him.
First of all, our agents are not bashed. Every agent is supposed to have the badge number, and that badge number you put in the system with your badge number. You're not bashed. So how do you identify an agent who got trouble with going and fight a walking drug without a badge? They don't have body camera. They don't have the necessary PPE. We don't need a large DEA force. We need small force backed up by technology. You can sit at the command and control center or C2. I call that center C2. You design a C2 where you monitoring all military drone that you fly it everywhere in order to see whether people are there doing drugs or whatever. So when you go to this ghetto, these guys can run more than most of our agents. Once you have a K9 door, when they're running, just leave the door. The dog will catch them. When the door knocks them down, you just easily can handcuff them.
Man,
it makes the work easy.
Don't K9 door in America, man. Don't are trained. What? I don't care how big you are, man. Don't bring it down, bro.
Exactly. Why even our DEA agents don't have taser? You go arrest some people, some men are gigantic, they are huge, they are stronger than you, they are bigger than you. You cannot hold that guy physically and knock them down and handcuff them. You have to tase them. Once they drop and get weak, electrocute, you put them easily put them on handcuff.
Yeah.
The logistics is not there, brother.
How much is a taser? How much is a taser?
Good question.
But this is what he's saying, Uncle Sylvester. If people in our country, they don't know where to go to lobby for those things, right? So he talking it now. He knowing, like he explained all of these ideas that he has. He know where to come to lobby for those things.
Yeah.
To make the case for them.
But the thing now, you see, sometimes it reaches to a point where they have something they call donor fatigue. Okay? Every year you come into the thing, lobby, every year you come lobby, when you will get on your feet. Like I come
it can be both, Josh. The user then giving people problem in the community. That's the thing. I know people call them victim, but no, some of them are not victim because they are bothering, harming people. They are killing people. They are robbing people. They are doing all sorts of things. So you have to
let me answer, Joe. The DA job is to go for both the dealer and the user. The user will be confined and then turned over to the treatment side. We are not prosecuting the user so much. You know who want to prosecute? The ones that are bringing it into the country. Those are the people that we will confident take every property they have in the country and then lock them up. But the user are those who thing with, because if the dealer had not brought the drugs in, the user will not be able to use them.
They don't even know that even the user can be helpful to the
the user can be.
They can be the one to get info, intelligence.
Yeah.
You know what they do? We'll catch you with a small amount. We don't want to invest it, but just provide us. And we'll protect you.
Yeah, give us intel. And give us intel to who can bring it to you. Or we can keep you out of jail.
Yeah.
You can do a sting operation for us. We will allow you again to go back in your community, but we're only giving you this leverage so that we can see those guys bringing it to you. The people who can bring it to you won't catch them. That user work with you. But if they're a user that is so bad, where their life is being messed up, we catch them.
Yeah, no, they need rehabilitation.
We give them alternative.
You
go for treatment, or you go to jail. Which one you want? You go to jail for 3 years or 2 years, or you go for treatment. They will treat treatment side. That's how we encourage them to go for treatment. The smugglers, and the supplier, the distributor, those are the people we are looking for as an agency. When we go for you, when we get you, we put you behind bar and turn the keys away.
And that treatment center should be built far away, man.
I've seen some LTA officers who are undercover. They don't wear uniform.
Mm-hmm. But that's how it's supposed to be. And how about Uncle Sylvester, right? All the busts and stuff that they be screaming all these activity on social media live. I don't think it's necessary because every little thing.
Some of those things you don't have to.
How about you do some of these corporate operation, right? Because the moment you show this thing over, today we're in Logan Town. So don't you think the people in
too real?
you see how the players will be getting ready.
My brother Momo, Touré, if that nonsense what LDA doing in Liberia, if they were in America, LDA were going to lose all of their cases in court.
Yeah.
They're going to lose all of their cases in court. Because first of all, the crime scene alone, you can't private man call and say journalist. He behind your recording your
contaminated crimes.
Exactly. One, two.
Yeah. Yep.
The evidence. How you handle the evidence? The man said the number B, you're swapping between here and there. You're swap. No, when it left from me to Touré, it has to be documented. On the evidence, something. When it left from me to Touré, and the Touré passing on what time left from Touré to this person to the lockup box. All of that, it has to be followed.
Bro, Johnson, look at the vehicle the people can use to go and arrest. How can you use an open pickup to go and arrest criminals? You have that got plenty APC, the armored personnel carrier. Have you seen police with APC in this country? Have you seen police with an armored vehicle? You grab the criminal, open it and lock them up and go look for the other guys. They are locked up in that armored vehicle. They're not getting out. They are sealed up.
But you don't know that whole thing is it's a network. You people can even be attacked while arresting few of their members.
Of course.
Yeah. Then you go and do something. Then you burn out. Then you run and go.
Then you go carry one. Then you go carry one Nissan pickup, something pickup go open to go arrest. You crazy? Don't. You can come on a serious attack when you go arrest drug smugglers, right? So the armored vehicle can serve as a shield when you are faced with indirect fire. Liberia has never experienced real combat from drug smugglers. No, happened before. No, they see real armed combat. Those things.
We shouldn't see that.
Well, but it's getting there though. It's getting to that point.
Yeah,
it's getting there, Amy. Because look, let me tell you, Amy.
Hopefully not.
You see how America battling drugs cartel everywhere, right? Amy,
yes.
Like Momo alluded to earlier, when this thing become an income generational thing where people feel like this is so lucrative now, they have built empire. Guess what, Amy? Yeah. When people build empire, what do? They build arsenal to protect the empire.
Yeah, they'll be rebellious.
And there where the problem comes from. And if you mess around, you see now what is happening now in places like
Mali, Nigeria, Boko Haram.
Okay, let's
no, God forbid, no.
No, it's also
look at Lebanon.
You know how the Nigerian police to be saying God forbid.
No, but Uncle
Sebastian, Jesus.
Look at Lebanon. Look at Lebanon now. Look at Lebanon.
The Hezbollah.
Hezbollah now is a 45 military within a country.
Yeah.
That even a country military can't even pull full.
Amy.
I mean, it gets to that point, Amy. And like, bro, we know how we are compromising all of our security sector.
To Tourette's point, what if the Mexican drug cartel see Liberia as a soft spot? Because they can no longer directly smuggle from Mexico to America. They will channel it to different countries. See Liberia as a soft spot. They're smuggling over $200 million worth of drugs. You think they will allow a weak country like Liberia Army or Liberia Police to take their drugs? They will fight you back. They will smuggle weapons and arm those speaking in terms of law.
No weapons for against us.
Once you defend these drugs, we will give your family, we will send my abroad, we will help you.
And then guess what? Any politician or who be politician who's coming on the spotlight and their agenda is to fight drugs, you'll just see that politician one day laying dead.
Liberia has never seen real money through drugs. They can offer $2 million, $1 million, then they'll take them, my man. You should never look. You should weaken the whole fight against drugs. And they will agree because they haven't seen no kind of money.
All the drug people can be packing that are in plastic bag here and there. All the
real one in them, man. I'm fake.
How do they know which drug is which drug?
What they don't know. They don't know.
They only care about what they put there and they think that what a lab that you test.
What's the new one here again? Smoke and die.
Why they call it?
Well, let's
Uncle Sylvester. We are so unsophisticated in our country, right? Look at the demolition that happened at the CDC headquarters. Diamond Slangler of spoon. I don't know, Slanger or Slangler.
One of them.
That dude was there. He was so baffled. He was like, "What is going on?"
Our police officers don't even having gloves on. They
Yeah,
touch
no
you.
glove.
They were touching a gun that is in the
No
pen.
glove. No glove. Come on, glove.
You
They
put
see
your
you with
fingerprint all over it. Like,
They see
how
you with
the hell
LTE
is gonna-
people. No glove. They tell
Right.
you see
Then how
He
how
said,
can you go? You say that gun
emergency.
belong to Koji. How can you go there and say that gun belong to Koji?
So here is the thing, right? Unless we get the right leadership in place, this war against drugs is not a small war. We're
no.
joking away as just how the AFL was reformed and that organization became the standout organization in the country. The DA has to be reformed, and people are still arguing when you talk about military. A lot of Liberians who are so narrow-minded when it comes to the operation of the military, they think that military is just to kill.
But
That
yeah.
is
But my brother Momo, when they say war, in my mind, it's not only limited to a country against a country or people shooting people.
Well,
This
that's
is
what
a war against drugs,
there you go.
right?
You understand my point, bro?
This is a war
The
against
military
drugs.
is formed to protect the country against enemy, both
All of the pole of interest,
foreign and domestic.
all of the pole of interest, the borders, the military is going to be deployed there because we're fighting war. The war we're fighting is drugs.
It's a national crisis now.
And the president said it's a national crisis.
National
They
emergency.
said-
They call
Yeah,
It
exactly.
calls for emergency action. And
Exactly.
in times of emergency, when our system is
Every border is
overwhelmed,
supposed to be
you
sealed.
you
And if I
activate.
say sealed,
As the
if I
commander
say
in
sealed,
chief
doesn't
of
mean
the military,
nothing
it is
go in and out.
it
But
is only the
Taliban,
president.
Guinea Bolo, Africa Bolo, Sierra Leone Bolo, all the military is supposed to be there to
Yeah.
make sure.
It is
that-
only the president now who can activate a component of the military and I'm not just saying carry them to go fight.
No,
Retrain them for like a week or 2 weeks on the various kinds of drugs and how to do
why are we
effective
dramatic, Jimmy?
arrest. And then you deploy them to fight for the short
they
term.
don't even carry on drugs, so
Oh,
For the short term.
yeah.
You guys are there.
on drugs.
I see the men posting their friend and their person will be good for the agency. Look, Liberia is all we have, right? I don't have to be there. I don't have to be a part, but I will give. Yeah. A lot of people I can see people talking about just at the border point. We have open borders. We have a lot of places. Kino can come from Ghana. Every day, more than 10, 15 kilo can come from Ghana. All the drugs are coming from different countries on the 50 kilo.
My brother Momo, why must the president always just jump out and appoint people? And why can't you open up an application process and let people get there? Like here, I can jump on a website. I go to the LTA website. I click on vacancy. I submit my resume and all the things. What have you? You know, they review it and they have a list of candidates. They interview them. But what everything must be that. And the way Momo looking now, Momo must go baking. Go baking the president that I want to be this and pick it. No.
That mean, look, I make more money in a year. Even if I go to Liberia, I am almost like taking a lot of
sacrificing.
Yeah.
It's service of country, right? I've done it. Look, in America helped me to become who I am today. And by that, I served. I gave my life. That when I was serving, I did it for a just cause. But God protected me to this point. My country of birth, my motherland is going through a huge crisis. And I want to take up my time to go there and then to help. Now, me must go big.
Yeah.
For what team? Let's say I get job. I currently work with the federal. I currently work with the federal government.
It's not about. They don't look out here for people who really have that passion to go and work. They're looking for the people who asking for the salary. And once you're doing that,
LDS should have a website. The police should have a website.
Everyone
should have a website where people go.
I think you close now.
Exactly. Yeah, that's true.
Your uncle, I thought y'all having Tyree on drugs.
Yeah, well, you know, Amy,
No. The issue of drugs is a long story. So look, I have reached out to so many people. This proposal I've typed it. I typed it in all to show it to the president. To show it to the president and see what the president can do. Their push when it comes to the war on drugs.
because this war, drugs remains a serious menace to our society. And unless we can be intentional about this fight, we should not do lip service.
Right?
Yeah, I'm doing my closing. It's not about A.B. Kumar or it's not about Fadiga. Hey, Fadiga were on the treatment side and you are not fighting, you are not on the enforcement side. But our connection put them there, right? A.B. Kumar have been in law enforcement for a very long time, trusted, so it should always be them. It should always be them. No, they got new ideas. They got people around who have brilliant ideas to be able to foster change when it comes to the issue of drugs in our country. And unless the president look outside of the box and bring new people on board, people with integrity, people that have proven a record of working in the system, and they end up proving themselves, with exceptional, sort of service whilst they were, working in the system. It will not be done. You cannot continue to recycle the same people because Liberian National Police or Gregory Coleman recommends say let the police do everything in the country. It doesn't work that way. The system has to be changed. The DEA has to be reformed. We have to use the non-combat component of the AFL to assist for the short term. Liberian posted arguing in the chat that, you can't use AFL because many of you guys never served in the military before, don't know how military can come and assist in terms when it comes to national crisis. They are not there for the long horn. They are there to help restore order and go back to the barracks while we institute measures to reform the DEA. So, look, ladies and gentlemen, it was a good show, and we are all passionate and we are so intentional about the war on drugs because it's affecting. I have one of my classmates to end on this note, Charlene Cummings. I'll mention her name on the show. We graduated from CWA. That girl back in the day, no man can just easily talk to her. The woman was a woman of class. Charlene, I got the video. I shed tears when I saw her. She took one of the things. She went drug overdose. She was like she was gasping for air. Yes, someone who I know I live with. So
before we close, y'all listen to the video. Listen to the boy. I beg you. Before something, listen to this, Uncle Sylvester. One.
Hey, mera boo.
Just like that, I can ready all the drugs that I take. The only one that I can take, for like I read it in draw. That's sparking that.
Damn.
Just like that, I can really enjoy it. When I smoke spark in that, I can just want that one time. But that can come to me. That can always be in England.
And what that can be?
He can be in England. He enter in Spain. He get almost 3,500 him be in Spain. He enter in England. He get almost 1,500 him be in England. The time again, one for you to come to me. He come to me at that time.
But you think God's saving you to become someone for tomorrow?
God saving me. God want for me to become someone tomorrow. That's the reason they didn't give me time. But we and my friend human being, they don't want to give me time. They want to use future power. They want to use that kind of emergency. Change it.
So I want you to please listen to me again.
I listen to you so often.
Leave the drugs business, it's not good.
I live in there, I'm pushing that file and I'm pushing transformation file for me to leave it. But I can't leave it in one day time. I'm not allowed to.
So how long will it take?
About 5 to 6 years.
Why that long? It's too long.
Then the thing I can stop it. Tomorrow you can't get me a job, I'm in a 2. Why would I come outside? What they are making money?
Oh, okay. So I want to ask you now. If I put you somewhere, you'll be working, I'll be paying you. You enter the job again, you will leave your assistant, right?
They will leave my assistant. Job permission, I was there, I'll be working, I'll be doing different things. I don't get time for me to come out, for me to go in ghetto. Because why rather go in ghetto, like why rather heading you? Because wasting my time in ghetto, why so this one I'll be doing different things. But taking that smoking, and I'll be heading you. Because I'm a me I haven't put people in my family that have no labor. So all the drugs that I take, the only one.
So that when you do drugs, you lay us there, you lay us there.
Onion.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, man.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, Mr. Go ahead.
okay, man, it was a great show, man. I mean, long time. It was a wonderful night. I had a great time hanging out with my long time crew. Yeah, it was a
Right.
great
That's
time.
right,
Like
Uncle.
we started initially, like we started today. See you all in September 12th to the 14th in Minnesota. So the city will be locked down. Cara Alumni Association will be having their reunion. Come out if you are in the Minnesota area. Come, let's have great time together. And also for the drug issue that we were talking about is everybody's problem. It's everybody's problem. Somebody, every family member is affected one way or the other. And so we have to fight it holistically, avoid of politics. We have to take a holistic approach. And some of the approach will not be pleasant to some people. Some of the approaches will be drastic. We have to use some drastic approach and what have you. And my suggestion is that entire LDA need overhauling. The recruitment process must be thorough. You got to know who you hiring. You got to do thorough background check to make sure who you hiring. Because you can't bring a drug addict to be a LDA officer. You can't bring someone who has agreed for money to come be LDA officer. It's a
traffic officer to be DA officer.
exactly so. It's a tempting area. Money will always pass in your face, and opportunity to be corrupt is very high. So you have to have the passion for it. And it should not be that I want to join the LDA to make money. No. It should be something you have passion
Yeah,
for.
where is that now? Not for the people that
You know, brainstorm and see how we can help our country so that we can save our young generation. Thank you very much for the
So the number that is going on here is the number to donate to the Cara High Association on what September 12th
to the 14th.
To the 14th.
Yeah.
That's the number if you're watching this show later. Please share the show now. And $5, $10. Please donate. That's the number under there to donate. And this number right here is the number that you can read Momo to the way if you want. If you want to get a Momo to you contact Emmy. That's the number to just in case you like his idea and you want to nominate him for this LDA boss.
The president watches this show.
Yes. So, Mr. President, please, this is the number, and I'll get you on something.
The people will say, if the president nominate me, I kiss him and say the man I promote, and I want somebody from local.
Who cares about somebody being whatever right now? We need help. That's all we care about. Right
in my life, I've never even met this man, even though we're from local.
Right now.
But again,
anywhere we can get it from.
That's why. Because I'm so passionate, even I don't have to take the bus, but I just need an operation. I won't be in the field. I ain't let sleeping at night most of the time. I still got that military sort of side in me. I will work on my men at night. We all in this fight, and this is a crisis. There's not something to sleep. When you're in crisis, do you sleep? No. You are out there ensuring that your men are effecting all of the intelligence that you guys have gathered during your intelligence meeting and going to effectuate those intelligence. So look, me, Momo Tule, I'm making money in America. I'm not hungry. I come to Liberia. I'm cutting my own pay to come to Liberia. So if the president sees it fit to bring a guy like me, right, to fight this war, I'm willing to give him my all with integrity, with love for country.
That's what we want.
To do it to the best of my ability.
Thank you. All right.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody. Yes, indeed, drugs is an existential threat to our very own survivability. But there's a message to the people, especially those greedy legislators. You know, these guys, they are our problem. They are a problem, and I'll say that, and I'll say that again. If you're really serious about fighting drugs in our country, or you're really serious about law enforcement in our country, you have to put people in a position where they will actually effectuate their function adequately and efficiently. But if you put people in position and I give them the tools, the right tools to fight, then don't be surprised if they are not winning. All right? If they're not winning, you can't expect to give somebody $200 to go to market. Then you expect the person to bring chicken and meat and bone and fish all in that money. It's not going to work. And when I say 200, I mean $200 Liberian dollars, not 200 US dollars I'm talking about. So let me make that distinction. So when you want people to do the right thing, you have to give them the right tools to do their job. And I think a lot of times we get lost in that whole thing, blaming the LDA, blaming the field officer for their lack of efficiency, for their lack of professionalism. That's because they have not been given the right tools to do the job, you know? And then look, I always say this. As a leader, you almost want to put your people in position to excel at what they do. If you don't put them in a position, brother, like lack of funding, someone can eat breakfast in the morning, you know, like that right there, it just breaks the morale of that person. Like, you know, look at library officer going to arrest somebody. Sometimes they'll be talking serious to the minute, you're laughing at it. But now, I'm rubber yet. We driving even all your documents correct on your car. If police follow you one time, say, be like, damn, they man. You know what I mean? Like, you have that in you. And when the man even moving to you, you see the way the man structured his uniform, the way it pressed, his sword, you know, the thing shiny. But look out on a minute. The papa, he said the honor announcement, I can hit you several, man. It's not going for it. You know what I'm saying?
That is
So
not nice.
Let's try to build our people and make them presentable, because the way people see that way, the way they respect you.
Carton t-shirt instead of that thing.
Look, Amy, I don't care what it is, right? Even if you don't have enough, the little you have, if you're taking care of that, I can say everything about this. Because for me, I grew up in Guinea. Like, you know, the war came out very young when I left that, bro. So my orientation, I got it from Guinea. And one thing I know, Guinea men, I know every year they gave them 3 sets of uniform. You know, like you go there, you see, and you know, everything, you know, they obviously they're not clean now, but you know what I mean. But at least they gave them their set, you know. But look how on a police officer there. We not even plenty, because we like a little population. We not even plenty. But that little police officer in Monrovia is Monserrado, because there are all our police activity happening anyway. But look at the men. They men are looking skinny. They men are uniform and looking beat from the sun. Then how that man going to arrest somebody and that person respect that man? The man ain't even get going. He don't even get pissed off.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you for being here tonight with us. Thank you. And please go and support our Cara High Alumni Association or reunion in Minnesota. If you can, go send your little 2 cents, 1 cent, and the Zelle and the Cash App was on the screen earlier. Replay, you'll see it. And yeah, thank you. And drugs. Big problem in our country, and we talk about it all the time. We want people who are not, and I'm not saying that people should lose their job, but this is one place that if people are losing jobs to get the job done, I will be okay with that. You know, there are other things there to do, because a lot of people that we've seen already, they are all involved in the drug business. That's why it is going the way it is going, right? So we have to be like really serious about this, and I know they always look at us like Haitian Liberians, but being up here and looking down on what's happening, it really hurt our hearts. And that's why we want people that from here, a guy that Momona is coming from, he's not worried about the money. He's not worried about the pay. Momo made good money up here. So if he's doing that, like you said, he already told you the sacrifice. He's not worried about that. But someone who's already over there, like we said, they are easy to bribe them than somebody that come from here and really serious about, doing something for that country. That's what we need to look into it. And we're not saying you are any people from there any better than you, but it's just that it's a system, it's a society that you're used to. You already cooked in that. That's the problem. So if you see somebody who came from outside and doing something, you will see how it is. You will see how cute it is. You will see how pretty you would then want to put yourself in our program now and do the right thing. Then you can come back and ask, but right now, we can't take any chances. We don't want to take it because it's crazy, right? You heard our brother saying Spike and die.
Yeah, man. Yo, let's know what will happen to me. I will pay money. I will buy one K9 the academy ran near my horse. I'll carry one door and the tune of the K9 I'll carry library volunteer for free. It's nonsense.
No, you see what's going on here. He talking about his family then die from liquor. If he goes drink liquor and he lay his head. But he taking drugs to be the drugs that when he doing drugs and he lay his head. You see the mindset like they are going. We are losing them slowly, and not even slowly. It's going to speed or something else. So we all have to take this seriously, and it's not about who is who, what kind of political party from. I don't think at this point we should be looking at that now. We just need someone serious that is really, 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 really on steroid for helping that country. That's the term I would use, right? Those are the people we need. We all should be pushing this fight. And like I said, I nominated Momo. I like what I heard so far. I like what I'm hearing, and I think all of you say your Facebook post to JMB, to whoever
Momo
or whatever. Send it.
Hashtag Momo for DEA.
So we got to get this done, people. We should push that. We got to see something done in our country for the drugs issue. And I'm scared hearing these guys talking about Boko Haram and working on Iran, and that is not, no, we can't have that. Right?
No, we gotta say it. No, we gotta say it because when it moves to a certain level, you have certain resistant group in the country because that's where their source of income is. You cannot take food from their mouth. That their source of income, people fight for it any day. So we shouldn't allow it to go to that point. What we need to do now is to get the right people in the room to do the right thing, or else we will get to that point, whether you like it or not. We will get to that point. We hope and pray that it doesn't happen.
Hopefully, we will not. We will keep pushing to do the right thing to them. But yeah, so thank you.
They'll graduate from drugs to kidnapping.
All right, guys.
And rich people in China we going
yeah. Yeah, so thank you guys. Thank you, all of you who are watching. Thank you. And
all right, bro. So y'all take care, man. Anytime.
We will see you guys willing tomorrow to come back here and talk about what